mad unruly during this joint.
Hey everyone, welcome to episode 11 of Film Club. It's me, Zach of Zach Attack Reviews, Kenny Sparks, who's apparently muted himself again, and this is, well, now it says you are muted. I'm not sure why. Can you
I'm
speak? Can
back
you
like
mute?
cook crack.
There we go. Fat
Right.
Joe, big pun reference. Love to
Mm,
see it. New York
yeah.
stand up. But yeah, this is episode 11, and usually we have topics to talk about because, movies be hot and things be, to talk about. But this
Uh-huh.
weekend, there's no topics, there's no discourse. The movie I saw this weekend, I don't think is like really worth trying to do a spoiler review on. And Kenny saw two movies, but I didn't see the second one he saw, which probably was the better one. So we're having a community hangout Q&A stream where we're gonna yap and talk about films and life, TV shows. We have some games to play, and you're gonna
Game.
answer your guys' questions that you say in the live chat. So just drop any question that you like, as long as it's not disrespectful. And yeah, we'll answer it. Kenny Sparks, the man
Yeah,
with the
real
plan.
niggas got games even if we don't play them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
Um we out here. I'm in these streets. I've always been a thug. You can
oh
ask
God,
my therapist, you know what I'm saying? We're,
a thug with a therapist is crazy.
you know what I'm saying? We constantly working on my thuggish ways.
Mm,
But until then, I just decided to live life today. You know what I'm saying? Like
trying to
I'm
do
I'm a
hood rat things with your hood rat
I'm a
friends.
life liver. You know what I'm saying? With no liver. I do have a liver, so that's untrue.
I was gonna say,
Yeah, niggas should have livers. But no. How are you guys doing?
you
So
know who
glad that
almost lost their liver?
ooh,
Tory Lanez. You heard about what happened to him?
I heard he got
14 times.
what?
And it wasn't his liver. His lungs, both his lungs collapsed.
Damn, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. They
But
got him bad.
yeah,
But yeah.
that's pretty bad. But yeah, so essentially, sorry, I'm trying to get this lighting right because I look like a light bright right now, and I'm a very dark skinned man. But that's neither here nor there. Yeah, man, like I'm excited for tonight, even though we really didn't have anything to talk about. Like we actually came up with things to talk about. Like in the last hour, we're like, man, we ain't got nothing to talk about. What you want to talk about? Oh, we can talk about this, and that. So we got a bunch of
So,
good.
yeah, let's talk about our process, right? So,
Yes.
usually, what
Mm-hmm.
happens when there's not a holiday that distracts us and other
Correct.
stuff, because it was
Yep.
Mother Day this past weekend, and I forgot to make my Mother's Day's YouTube post.
Happy Mother's
But
Day to the mothers and the people with mothers in the stream.
yeah, and I spent both Saturday and Sunday with my mom, gifting her stuff, buying her food, making sure she felt good.
Mm-hmm.
But usually Sunday night, me and Kenny meet up. We talk about our week usually because we are friends in real life, and it's important. And then we also talk about the topics we're going to talk about, how we're going to talk about the topics, what we need to reference, make graphics, make thumbnails, make titles, do SEO. It's a lot of stuff that we do before we stream. Um, and we try to make it as quality as possible. But because of the holiday, because Monday I was streaming, Monday Night Raw was coming on. By the time Raw finished, by the time I was done streaming, I was going to bed because I had to wake up for work, my actual job. So we and then we were looking around. We're like, damn, they ain't shit to talk about.
Ain't
Like
shit to talk about.
I saw Fight or Flight. He also saw Fight or Flight.
I did see that. Yep.
He did not like the movie. I
A lot
did.
more people like it than I did.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So
Which is
but he
fair.
saw Clown. What was it? Clown in the Cornfield.
Yeah, I saw Clown in Cornfield. I did enjoy that. That was a lot of fun.
I want to see that. I'm looking forward to it because there's been a lot of good, positive word of mouth. Even the people who were
Hmm.
like, "Oh, this is not as good as I thought it was going to be," gave it like a 3 out of 5, which is not bad. If a
No,
movie
not
is
at all.
not as good as you thought it was going to be, and you said it was good at least,
I mean, I had a
that's
good
great.
time in the theater. Is it going to be anywhere near my top 10 at the end of the year? It's probably closer to the bottom 50. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay,
so
gotcha, gotcha.
it's not going to be, but you know what I
One
mean?
of the
We
best
did
things
have a good
ever.
time. I did have a
Yeah,
good time,
good
I
time.
should say. Yeah.
I saw a different slasher for the first time because it hit Netflix, and that was Hard
Okay.
Eyes, and I had a great time with that
That's
movie.
my jam.
That was almost a B for me in terms of my ratings for my films, but it dropped down to a C plus because the last 20 minutes got too over explainy, and it got really kind of cringy in a way that wasn't as fun as I wanted. I really
Hmm.
just like Mason Gooding and what's the girl's name? Why am I forgetting her name right now?
Um,
I don't remember her name.
I don't remember her name either, but yeah, no, I
Yes,
know.
they both were
Yeah,
really good.
they were both really good.
Olivia Holt, yes.
Yeah,
They both were really, really good in the movie. I really want to see them in a sequel together. I really liked Hard Eyes a lot. If you didn't watch it in theaters, go check it out on Netflix. It's a really fun slasher, and it's funny. It's meta, but also like it's tense. Like I was watching it, and there were scenes where I was like, okay, this is way more tense than I expected it to be.
yeah,
Let's see what people are saying in the chat.
yeah. Let's
Zach
check out the chat.
Man, this was before we went live. I have no
Mhm.
idea what that thumbnail means, but I'm in. So yeah, all credit to my partner in crime. I don't know if I'm pointing at you. I don't know which way this goes.
No, yeah, yeah.
Uh, Kenny Sparks. He came up with the idea. He made the thumbnail as he usually does, and it was amazing. The
Appreciate it. Yeah,
Photoshop is damn near perfect. Yeah,
it
did
wasn't
it.
Photoshop. It was actually
Yeah,
Canva. I just cut off our heads and like just placed them on Sam and Steve, and that was really it. Like that. That's
yeah,
all that happened.
yeah. Did a great
I did a
job.
little
Made it look
cleanup
like
work.
Photoshop.
Yeah,
Made it look like Photoshop. That's how good it
yeah, yeah.
was. Collective Movie Man. Hey Zach, how are you doing today? Just got back from seeing Sinners. Woo woo woo. Sinners fan. He's
Sinners.
one of us. I really enjoyed the movie. The story was really good, and I really enjoyed the music. And the kid who played Michael B. Jordan's cousin in the movie was really good at singing. That's Miles Caton. Hopefully,
Yeah,
we'll see
he was
him
great. He
in
was
more
fantastic.
stuff. I'll definitely
First
keep
role
an eye
too.
on him for like when he do musical movies and for his acting career. The kid who played the Spider-Man as Spider-Man's friend in Tom Holland, and is for his acting career. And the kid who played, I'm not sure what that part meant. Movies he was in was almost looked like he was one who was guarding the door during. Oh, you talking about Cornbread or Delroy Lindo? Because Cornbread has been in some stuff. He kind of looks like Forrest Whitaker a little bit.
Hmm.
And Delroy Lindo is a legend. You know what I mean?
A legend of legends, for sure.
Viewer Drew,
What
what's
up,
up, man?
you? What up, Drew?
And Zach, I want to say good job last night on scoring everyone. I appreciate that. Last night I was on Mega Mike Mega Movie. I never know how to say his name correctly because he has a long name, but Mega Movie Mike, I believe. He did a physical media collection versus, and I got to be a judge for Star Wars versus Star Trek. As someone that grew up being a Star Trek fan more than a Star Wars fan,
I did not
I
know
was
that.
really excited. Yeah, that was the TV shows were like I was in it. Like I remember I wasn't watching a lot of movies
Hmm.
growing up, so TV was big, and Star Wars didn't really have any TV shows
What's your
till like
favorite
way later.
iteration of the Treks?
Probably TNG,
Oh
the
well,
Next Generation.
yeah, that is the jam. That and to
Yeah,
be fair, that's the only one I've watched to completion.
gotcha.
Deep Space Nine, I think I watched like three
That's
episodes,
my shit
and
too.
yeah, like I've always liked Deep Space Nine, not the show, but just because of the ship, I'm like that ship is dope.
Ships are
Um,
always dope.
the joint with Janeway, I never really got a chance to watch either,
Yeah,
but she seems like a really cool captain.
yeah.
The one
I
I
didn't get to watch
didn't,
all of it, but I seen some of it.
the one I didn't really care for, even though I also didn't watch it, was the Enterprise one, the one that came out in like the 2000s.
Star
Um,
Star Trek Enterprise, you didn't like that? Oh, that was
they
my
just
shit too.
they, I'm gonna sound like a Star Wars fan. It just didn't look like Star Trek to me. Like it just didn't.
Ah,
You know what I mean? It just didn't like.
got
They're
you,
like
got you. I think you're muted. Hold on, let me see. Oh,
I've been
okay, I
dealing with
just
this mute
unmuted you.
issue all night. But look, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna turn off my hardware acceleration, and I'll be right back.
Okay, cool, cool. I'll go through some questions. Uh, Zach Doobie Doo, what's up, Prince, aka the Asian Action Assassin? Zach Doobie Doo is hilarious. TJ, what's up, man? Dello Movies, what's up? Prince, aka the Asian Action Assassin, says, Zach, baby cinephile, my guy. Why is that? Generally curious. So I call myself the baby cinephile because I love movies. I teach myself, well, self teach myself about the history of movies, but I've seen more modern movies than old classics. So there's a lot of old classic films that I have not seen yet. And I started my channel doing Throwback Thursdays, which is going to be coming back. Um, and I'm going to be revamping it and stuff like that. I've been planning that out, making a video to update you guys on what's going on, like I did in the beginning of the year. I was reviewing older movies I'd never seen, and a lot of people were surprised like how much I was into the movies, like box office stories, watching newer films. Everybody thinks watched a lot of older films, and I did not. I haven't seen Forrest Gump. I haven't seen Shawshank Redemption. I haven't seen Pulp Fiction. I haven't seen
Shame.
Casino. I haven't seen you can name it. Almost any old movie that you think is a classic, I probably haven't seen because I more grew up on TV, and then like the movies I was watching were like Dragon Ball movies. And like Digimon the movie and Pokemon the movie, which are classics to me. So I wasn't
You need to leave.
rude. So that's why I call myself the Medi Cinephile, because I do feel like I'm a cinephile. I do feel like I'm a lover of movies, but I'm a baby in the game. I don't have the roots in it like a lot of people do who've seen a lot of classic films. I have seen one of Kenny's favorite films, which is Speed, and I love that film as well.
Yes.
Dello Movies go next, baby! 3-1, baby! Let's go! Throw it up the game. Hey.
For the sake
Yeah! Sorry.
We're about to deal with the New York onslaught. For the sake
How dare you?
NBA universe, I actually do hope that the Knicks win the championship because everything would be so much more entertaining if the New York Knicks won the championship. It would be a lot of fun. Not to
When the
mention
Knicks and the Lakers are doing well, the NBA is just more entertaining.
exactly. Not to mention, like, you're from New York. You know about there's this YouTube channel, and they also do social media stuff where they just do like reactions to New Yorkers and different stuff like after the NBA games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If the Knicks win the chip, it's going to be like the greatest collection of nonsense.
I am not going to work. I'm staying my ass out. So the things that will be destroyed.
Yo. And people thought Philly was bad when we won the Super Bowl. I just want to point that out. Super Bowl champions. Y'all thought Philly was bad? New York, that's a different level.
Yeah, man. That I was watching the videos. Yeah, y'all was carrying around light poles. I was like, God damn.
Oh yeah, we took down the light poles. We was greasing the poles and climbing up them, which I don't understand how you grease something. No, the cops was greasing the poles so we wouldn't climb up them. But see, we were resilient. Anyway. You know what I'm saying? We resilient. We gonna get up on that pole. Pause.
Yeah.
We finna climb the pole. You know what I'm saying? We some pole.
Dirty little freaks. Filthy little freaks.
I mean, we got a large population for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
Whoa. That was crazy, but actual factuals.
Mm-hmm. But more of these comments, man, y'all keep them coming. We do have something to do. To talk about.
Yeah.
But let's keep them coming, y'all. And if y'all got topics, throw them out. Because as y'all saw from the live stream title, we ain't got shit to talk about. Even though we did come up with something to talk about.
Some interactive stuff too. That's good. It's gonna be fun with you guys. He said, "Yo, you know, Tory's music finna be insane after that attack. Facts, yo. That next single is gonna be crazy." I got stabbed 14 times and I survived. I'm better than 50 Cent. I'm a whole dollar.
Wow. Okay. I see that you got real aggressive at the end.
I'm sorry. If I get stabbed 14 times, nobody gonna tell me. And I survived? Nobody telling me nothing.
I'm with you. My wife will not win a single argument. You ain't taking. I got stabbed 14 times. I don't know where you was at. But when I was in the trenches. I almost died. You know what I'm saying?
And I survived so I can get back to you.
You talking about exactly. It was for the love. Without love, I would have bled out. But that love kept that blood inside, and I survived for you, girl. What you think this is? You know what I'm saying?
How dare you?
She would never win another argument. So don't let me get stabbed and survive. It's gonna be hell.
even if it's one stab.
One stab. Oh, one stab? One stab is even worse. You know that I could have died just from that one. It only takes one, girl.
It only takes one.
Yeah.
And he got it like they did an L on him from his back all up to here, right here. It came like that. And he got stabbed 2 times in the back of his head. Crazy.
What? They don't like that. Yeah. They really don't like
that. That's not a warning. They were trying to cake him.
They are trying to kill you.
Princess Kenny, Mount Rushmore of your favorite movies. Ooh, tell me.
1994. We had Speed. 1994. The Lion King. Forrest Gump. And also, so this is 2 in 1, but the Spider-Verse.
Choose one.
Is that...
Wait, I don't know if you're muted or if it's my. Okay, no, you're not muted. I think my headphones cut out.
Don't get muted anymore. Not rated. The non-accelerated. So those are my 4. Even though we're cheap, Spider's is really good, and a lot of people probably in their top 4 rightfully. But unlike a lot of the populace, I've actually still only seen it once. I would love to go see it again. But it just haven't been able to do that. But yeah, that's my Mount Rushmore for sure.
John is slowly regretting his heel turn. I'm optimistic he'll return to his old self before he retires.
He's not retiring a heel at all.
Yeah,
that's never going to happen.
Yeah, no, I can't see his last year is him going out as a bad guy. That sounds insane. But this heel turn has been fun. I think he's regretting it because The Rock didn't show up.
Rock was like, y'all got him here. Like, what?
What? This was your idea. I did this with the full confidence that you were going to be next to me.
Right. That's
crazy. Movie Minute.
What up, Movie Minute? Haven't seen you in a minute. Are we right?
Boo.
First of all, that flow is tight, as the kids say.
Oh God, old man, tight.
Oh, he was sliding. That's what the kid. I was sliding. You know what I'm saying?
That's a little bit more. That's a little more updated.
Yeah.
First of all, shout out Movie Minute. He did a Thunderbolts review, and he did a dope ass thumbnail for it where he made himself look like the Void. Go check that out.
Awesome. Really dope.
Facts.
Rest in peace, Sabu. Yo, crazy thing about Sabu was there's a channel in Philadelphia. It was Channel 48. Nothing really came on that channel except for Joel Osteen in the morning and TD Jakes and all of them. But at night, it was ECW, which is a wild ass transition. Like, and the funny thing is, I was talking to my friend the other day about ECW. He was like, "Yeah, we never like it would come on random times of the night." Also, fun fact: I had no idea ECW was in Philadelphia until like last year.
Really? That's part of your culture.
I mean, I wasn't people over there, but it's part of my culture. But yeah, like I would turn on ECW on channel 48, and it was like I was watching wrestling at the time, but this was the only time I was like, I shouldn't be watching this. Like my parents knew I was watching ECW. I was like, I don't know. Let me change the channel. But yeah, he reminded me that it would come on at random times of the night. I was like, yes, that makes sense because I would watch it right after Tip Drill on B and Cut. It would come right after. So I was like, okay, yeah, I remember that because it would come on sometimes really late.
I wasn't expecting a Tip Drill reference.
It's a memory. What's up?
It's your man.
All right.
Yeah, you're talking about Tip Drill. Let's get
I'm just saying, the core memories were unlocked. No one in this chat knows anything about it. They're all innocent.
The viewer Drew, he said, excellent news tonight. I'm doing a new Lego Marvel short film, Heroes Unite Rise of Ultron. Nice,
man. That's what's up.
Those are always dope.
Yeah.
Heartbeat at the movies. What's up?
What up, Heartbeat? What up, man?
Yes, thank you, Prince. Mega Mike the Movie Man. That's the name of the. I don't know why I was messing it up. Because there's somebody named Mega Man Cannon, and I kind of mix up their names.
Oh, yeah.
All the time. And that's why, The hot take: I like Deep Space Nine the best in terms of overall narrative. I can see that. I really like Deep Space Nine a lot.
Yeah.
Also, something I got to say about Star Trek, and when we talked about this, the reason why I gravitate towards Star Trek a little bit more than Star Wars is because of diversity in the casting and the position of people. That was like the first time I saw a black person in a prime position and not like a lackey or a slave or ghetto or thug. She was just part of the crew, had their own personality and arcs, and it wasn't about their race or anything like that. It was just really,
You know
cool.
what? The captain of that ship would have made a good Jon Stewart.
Yeah. Yeah.
He would
That's
have been
true.
a great Jon Stewart. And yeah, and I agree with you. Like he would. No, like I said, I only watched like 3 episodes, but I agree with you because he wasn't like. And I love my guy Zach from the Power Rangers, but he was kind of like the dancing Black Ranger. It was like, all right, I was into it because I was a kid, but growing up, I was like, mm-hmm. But yeah, that was dope.
Kirk is still my cat. Shatner's Kirk, that is. That's fair.
Yeah.
Question for everyone: do you think the criticisms about Man of Steel are absolutely ridiculous or fair and valid? What criticisms?
Yeah,
That movie is heavily criticized.
Yeah, I can tell you for me, I really, really enjoy Man of Steel. I know we just lost like half our streaming audience once I said that, but I really like Man of Steel as a film. I understand that people don't like the fact that Superman killed somebody at the end. I have always had a better time than a lot of comic book fans, even though I'm a comic book reader myself. They're all over here at watching comic book movies because I view everything as their own universe. So if Superman kills in his universe, it's whatever. If he doesn't, cool. Like all you got to do is tell me a good story. Like that's your job. I'm walking into your theater when I go to see James Gunn Superman. Tell me a story. That's all I'm asking. And important, I'm not asking you to tell me the story that I want you to tell me. I'm asking you to tell me a story. You know what I mean? So
Can I piggyback off of that?
Yeah, go for it.
I watch a lot of people reviews, and a lot of their criticism is this is what I wanted versus what the actual movie is.
Yeah.
And they're not accepting what the storyteller is telling them and actually like breaking that down. And so many times I see people go, you know what, that movie's actually really good because they get some separation from it. And their whole bias is out of their head. A lot of people don't watch movies based on what the movie's given them. It's what they expected. Now, if the trailer alluded to one thing and then it swerves you, I kind of understand where that comes from. But if the trailer's pretty straightforward and you came in your head, oh, that sounds crazy. If you came in with expectations on the movie that it didn't set and you just, you did that to the movie, that's not fair to the film.
Yeah. I had that experience with Iron Man 3 actually. The trailer for Iron Man 3 is a completely different tone from the movie. So I walked in like, we about to go experience the craziest. He about to go through the trials and tribulations. It's about to be wild. He's going to be in every suit. He's going to have 25 suits, and he's going to be in them and moving and shaking and all this bacon. Like it was going to be a whole bunch of stuff, right? And then he's not even in the suits. Like even the one cool scene that they put in the trailer of him falling skydiving with all the people after he rescued him off the plane.
He wasn't in the suit.
He's not in the suit. And that matters to me. It's like, oh, you're just doing this stuff from your home? That's not interesting. I want to see you struggle and strain to get this thing done, but you know what I mean? It was the sauce was whack. Which is a lot of reason why I don't like that movie.
Gotcha. I do love classic Trek in all its campiness. Yeah, campiness can be good if it's done right.
That one episode of Trek where Kirk fights that lizard man in one of the worst fights I've ever seen is one of the best things I've ever seen. It is so freaking funny, but it's good. It's fun.
It's intentional.
It's campy, yeah.
It's intentional camp. Sometimes you can see something like this wasn't intentionally supposed to be funny, but it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Prince says, so I take it you've never seen Akira. I actually have seen Akira. That's one of my favorite movies of all time.
What's funny, I have not seen Akira. And that's not for lack of trying because I have pressed play on it and have never finished it. Yeah, actually, I have the books and I've read 3 out of 6 of them. At some point, it becomes kind of like People are going to be upset with me when I say this. It becomes kind of like what's that animated people like a lot. It just ended last year or 2 years ago.
Attack on Titan.
Well, yeah, Attack on Titan. It became kind of like Attack on Titan to me after like the second book. It was kind of like I have no idea what's going on. I can't even tell who is who to be honest with you. Because I struggle with black and white comic books, especially when people look the same. You know what I mean? I need that color. But yeah, yeah.
Gotcha. Zach, just want to say I really hope you play in the games next time for Mega Mics because I would like to be on your team. I think it would make good team partners. I'll see. It depends on the topic because it's physical media and I don't have a lot of cool like franchise physical media. I think that's the way I should say. I have a lot of collectible indie movies. I don't have like franchise physical media like that, so I don't think that's gonna work. The last Knicks title came in '73. I need this in my life. Facts. Same. Like I'll never forget seeing Latrell Sprewell fumble the bag against the Spurs. That shit hurt. You were crowded outside down in my apartment in Marcy, and all watching it on the big back TV. Somebody brought it outside, had the extension cord.
Yeah.
All you youngins don't know nothing about that right now. Y'all like, what? Big back TV? Aren't TVs flat? Yeah. And I just remember the Spurs whooping our asses, and it was just like, damn.
That was Duncan's first, right?
I just want to tell you that I got Captain America Brave New World on 4K. It arrived while I was at the movies. I got the movie What a Woman with Mel Gibson and Helen Hunt. Nice. 2 good pickups.
Cap 4 drops on Disney Plus on the 28th, and I'm actually really looking forward to watching it again.
Yeah, me too. I really enjoyed it in the theater. I want to see how I feel when I watch it at home. Cooper Flag to Dallas is seemingly happening. Let's go, even if I hate Nico. That is... Them trading Luka and then getting the #1 pick is insane.
Yeah, that's wild.
The Rock really faded on them. Yo,
really
that's
did.
the right word. He was like...
He really did, which is insane to me.
He's like, y'all got it. Huh? You just introduced Travis Scott and was like, okay. Not wishing nothing bad on the brother, but I'll be okay with no more Tory Lanez music. Never been a fan.
They'll say, you know what? Choose another career. Get your life right. You know what I'm saying?
I like some of his music, but I'm not a fan. Like, I've heard songs here and there, but I can't sit down and just listen to it. If I can't sit down and listen to one of your albums, I can't say I'm a fan because I'm an album guy. I'm not a singles person.
I hear that.
Olstein and TD Jakes to wrestling is not a big jump. They're all fake. Olstein and TD Jakes to wrestling is not that. I'm not understanding what he means by that.
The Preachers, Olstein and TD Jakes, are fake, and wrestling is a TV show. So he's saying that it's not really that big of a jump.
Oh, they're going to wrestling?
No, Zach. What he's saying,
I'm lost in the sauce.
What he's saying is, what's the best way I can put this? Yeah, I ate a croissant, and then what's crazy is 2 hours later I ate a cupcake. That's not that different. They're both sweet. Like he's saying, he's making an analogy of they're both like the preachers, the wrestlers. You know what I'm saying?
Got you. Wrestling's not fake; it's predetermined. Okay, people get hurt. Kenny, Zach, what's your pick for most overrated movie franchise? Twilight for me. Oh, that's a good question.
Overrated movie franchise. That's tough because. So for me, an overrated movie franchise is a franchise with a lot of praise, but not a lot of good content. Yeah. And there's only one recently I can think of that fits that bill, and that's the Venom trilogy. That thing.
Do we count that as a franchise?
A lot of people.
Do we count that as a franchise though? Just a trilogy?
Anything with more than one movie in my mind is a franchise.
It's a franchise? Okay.
Yeah.
My pick would be Terminator. There's like
I can see why you would say that.
Movies and a TV show, and only 2 movies are really that good.
And an anime.
I heard the anime is good though. So
yeah. There was a really cool Predator versus Terminator versus RoboCop comic I was reading a couple
That
years ago.
sounds fire.
Yeah, it was dope. Um, Popcorn's in here. Just gotta say what's up. Pop in the popcorn.
Fast and
What's
Furious
up?
is a modern day Star Wars. Leave them alone.
It's good to see you, Poppin. Hope everything's well with you.
Yes, Katie. Hope everything's good with
Let's get back up here.
you.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Zach.
Yeah.
No, not for
Really?
It's not me, Us. And the reason why is I don't want to see anything else from this movie until I see this movie. I have a huge fear that they're just going to tell me every goddamn thing, and I really don't want to know everything. I already know
Gotcha.
there's a kaiju, there's crypto, there's like I know not all the cast. I know like a lot of the cast. I know, you know what I mean. I know there's a giant
Yeah.
bulb in the sky coming. Like I know all this. I know the Fortunes of Solitude. He goes and gets healed. Like, and all these things don't make a movie good or bad. Seeing these things in the trailer, so it's not going to determine whether the movie itself will be good. I just don't want to know the full movie before I go into it. That's just not something. That's not the way I, speaking for myself, like to experience movies. But
I
yeah,
agree. I agree. I'm excited because I've been very skeptical of the film
hmm
so far. And I really want to see people talk and interact and get that real tone of the film.
yeah,
We don't have that. And actually, like, what's the movie about? I don't want the whole thing, like you said. And I don't
right,
think we're going to get that in this first trailer. I think the second and the third and the TV spots and all that shit is going to spoil stuff. And I'm going to try to avoid all that. But I'm excited to see like a full official trailer with music, him talking to people, him interacting, seeing the chemistry, and how the action actually is going to play out. Because seeing like little moments of action, you don't know how
hmm
fluid it's actually going to be.
yeah,
Especially with like the clip of him flying looked janky. I want to see if it actually does look janky or that's something in the movie. So I'm
hmm
excited for the trailer. I just want to be a believer and not have any doubts in my mind. I
yeah,
want to see the type of comedy he's doing. If he's doing the same old Suicide Squad Guardians comedy or he's doing like something a little different.
hmm
But yeah, I'm excited.
yeah. I'm looking
TJ,
forward to it. No, I was saying I'm looking forward to it, or not the
yeah,
trailer, but
but
the
the
movie.
movie. TJ says Man of Steel was actually fire. I like BVS, but I wasn't a fan of casting of Lex and Martha name scene. That's fair. I love Man of Steel. I love BVS, the Ultimate Edition. I don't mind Jesse Eisenberg as Lex because I know he was based on how Lex was originally was, which doing that is always also tricky because you didn't pick the popular version of the character. You
Right.
know, just like he picked the unpopular version of Batman, the one that kills before they made the no kill rule. So like, I get it, and
hmm
yeah, even me with the Martha scene, I always sit there. I'm like, with a little bit of revision, the scene could have worked. And it's just the way it was executed. Is just like, what were you thinking?
I remember being in the theater when that scene happened. I was like, "What's happening right now?" And so the first time I saw BVS, I should say, I didn't like it at all.
Hmm.
It felt choppy. It felt like, yo, how did we even get here? But then I saw the ultimate version,
Ultimate.
and I was like, I like this movie. Like it made me mad seeing the theatrical cut. I was like,
And I'm like, why did they even release the theatrical? It's literally only 30 minutes longer.
yeah.
It's Batman and Superman. People will sit there for 30 more minutes.
Of all characters to cut short,
They cut out a whole storyline that ties the plot together. The whole
yo,
Lois
was that
stuff.
Lumi Musako?
Yes,
How did that just
that was
put that
Lumi.
together in my mind? Anyway,
They cut all her stuff out. They cut all Lois stuff out, and it
Musako.
completely makes the story not make no sense. I don't understand why they thought that was a good idea.
Mhm.
Superman is such a well-established character. People recoiled from Snyder's version, who reminds them of Batman, a dour soul struggling with the loss of a parent. Solid film doesn't feel like Soups. The thing is, if you're a comic book fan, Soups does get into that. If you read Birthright, if you read Lost, if you read a lot of his comics, he does have that like dourness to him when he's alone. And a lot of this film is him alone. I think my only issue was that he should have put it on a facade when he was saving people. I think that's the one thing Snyder messed up. He should have been smiling. He should have been upholding the facade, even though he was depressed.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I think was the one issue I had with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I do have
yeah, go
I
ahead.
have 4 out of the no, I have 5 out of the 6 of actually I have 4 out of the 6 of them because somehow, some way, I lost the first volume. Don't know how that
Damn.
happened. So I have volume 2, 3, and 4, and 5. I don't have 6 or 1, which is weird. But yeah.
The first and the last.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about the Ironheart series? Trailer drops tomorrow. I have a long diatribe. Go first.
I have we diatribing because we got diatribes.
We
Are
okay,
we
let's diatribe.
I mean, we can diatribe. You know what I'm saying?
Diatribe, brothers.
Yeah, I'm saying. So my issue is one, they're tanking this show intentionally. No one can convince me otherwise. And I really think that it's really slick. They're like, you know what? We can slide this joint right under the cover of Superman. Everybody gonna be talking about Superman.
That's insane.
So they don't have to talk about, Ironheart. It's like in no world would you release your next Marvel trailer intentionally on the same day as the next DC one, right? Especially
unless it was Doomsday.
Yeah,
like if it's Doomsday, then it's like, all right, yeah, that's gonna kill Superman. But Ironheart,
but not even in a competition way, right? It's like releasing Superman trailer on the same day as a Doomsday trailer, or vice versa, whoever's releasing first, is a rising tide raises all ships kind of thing.
That's true too.
Ironheart's going to get crushed under the weight of a Superman trailer, and it's intentional, and it just pisses me off because yes, I understand that this was probably made in the Chapek era, and that's really the reason why they don't want to promote it because it doesn't fit into the new creative direction that they're going in with tighter stories and so on and so forth and blah 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 blah. And I get that, but still, you released Echo with the same type of fervor that you released anything else, and you dropped all that on one day, right? So it's kind of like,
and it was actually solid.
It was solid. You know what I mean? Like you just. At the end of the day, no matter what it is, you do have to let the audience decide whether they like it or not, right? So your job is to promote it. And Dominique Thorne worked her ass off on it. Danny Ramirez worked his ass off on it. Like all these people worked on this thing. You're just going to bury it because you don't have any confidence in it. It's not like you're selling tickets, nigga. It's on Disney Plus.
It's not like it's a movie that you have to sell tickets. It's on Disney Plus, and we're not asking for like heavy promotion. She's going on TV shows and talking about it. We should have had 3 trailers by now.
Right.
If people keep posting online how this is the shortest amount of time before a project is about to come out and the first trailer is coming out, that makes no sense. And my diatribe is it's a little bit of it's a lot. I think the rise of Trump, and I don't want to make this too political, right? The rise of Trump and how people are more outlandishly racist and how these companies feel like they can now not adhere to diversity has led to a lot of decline in black media. There's a lot of shows getting canceled. There's a lot of shows that are getting a lot of views getting canceled. A show I called The Irrational, that was my comfort show. It was getting 12 million views. They just canceled it. How do you cancel a show that has 12 million views? It's the guy from Flash, the father, Joe West. He's the main character. The Found, another black show, getting like 7 million views an episode, canceled. The Queen Latifah Equalizer, canceled. The Wayans Brothers, the Wayans Brothers show that got like a crazy amount of views, and I even never heard about it, canceled. I'm noticing a trend of a lot of this stuff happening, right? And a lot of black directors are having a hard time getting their projects greenlit like they were before. They're canceling a lot of shows. And then we have a problem with Blade. Why can't you not make a Blade movie? How can you not find someone to make a Blade movie? That's insane to me.
Yo, Blade has to be one of the easiest characters to do.
And it's not we can't do R-rated, right?
Yeah.
Like, we have Deadpool and Wolverine. It was R-rated and it made $1
Right,
billion. And not only that, Blade can be cheap. You don't have to make it $180 million. You literally can do it for half of that, or even
right.
less than that. You can do it for 50. And
But
because it's an MCU movie, it will make that back in one weekend.
right, Blade from
You just
'98
gotta
still
get a
looks good production wise today.
Yeah. Like, it doesn't have a lot of CGI. It could just have some physical stuff going on. You already had a good cast. Mahershala Ali, Mia Goth, Delroy Lindo, the guy who's about to play Green Lantern was supposed to be in this movie. Like, how do you fumble that cast? How do you fumble one of the best actors going? I don't understand. Like, you get Mahershala Ali, he requested to play the role, and you don't put him with a great director. You put a rookie? Like, I don't understand that. So it feels like because this is it feels like that because it's like you guys are kind of fumbling with the T'Challa stuff, right? Like, I'm not a recast T'Challa guy, but I don't like that T'Challa was in X-Men 97. Why is it T'Chaka now? Why is T'Challa being treated away in the comics just because he's not in the MCU? Don't do that. So when it comes to Ironheart, it just feels like it's wrapped all in that, right? Like,
Yep.
we are not promoting this stuff. We don't think it's gonna work. People don't care about these type of characters. And this is a Ryan Coogler production. He just made Sinners. Why would you not alley-oop Ironheart right from Sinners?
Well, that's the thing. Like, so yes, number one. Number two, they did release something with Ryan Coogler talking about Ironheart
Today.
today, but it's today. Like, if Rusty Sinners is doing like bank week one, weekend one, the buzz started. I'm releasing that Ironheart thing and putting Ryan Coogler's name all over it.
I'm asking him to promote
That
it while he's
same
promoting
weekend.
Sinners. Yeah.
It's
And
like, what are you doing?
and even thinking about like Wonder Man, right? We got another great actor. They obviously they race swapped him. Whatever, I don't care. They got another great actor, Yahya Abdul Mateen II, playing.
Yahya Matul the second.
Sorry, I always mess up his last name. He's playing him, and there's no trailer. There's no there's nothing. They're like, oh, it's coming out December. Like, where is the information
Where's
about
the
the trailer?
trailer?
Where's the trailer? Where's the information? It just seems like when it comes to characters of color, there's just no focus on them and women and stuff like that. Like, where's Shang-Chi 2?
Yeah.
Like, there's rumors of a Doctor Strange 3 and Thor getting another movie, even though his film was critically panned, but no Shang-Chi. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't make any sense to me.
Zero. And I know we feel differently about Cap Brave New World. A big part of the reason why I feel the way I do about that movie is because it feels like, in the same way that we're talking about with Ironheart and Blade, that they gave him the crumbs from the table. You essentially took that character and said, hey, here's the remnants of a very old Hulk story that we told back in 2009, 2008, actually. And hey, why don't we take some residual characters from there instead of giving you your own story that is derived from you, that's about your history, what happened like while you were in the military. In the very first Captain America Winter Soldier movie, you told me that your partner died from an accident. We need to find out that someone sabotaged them and it was such and such and such. And now you have a personal story. I'm not saying you have to do that, what I just said. I'm saying what you need to do is have a personal story that's about Sam Wilson for me to actually care about this story. Yes, Carl Lumbly's character, Isaiah Bradley, got brainwashed. The leader wasn't even aiming for him. He just happened to be there. Yeah, it was like, hey, yeah, you want to go to this White House thing? Yeah, sure, let's go. I got brainwashed. Now I'm in jail. It's like everything that happened in that movie to Sam and to Isaiah Bradley was by accident. The leader don't give a fuck about Captain America or Sam Wilson, I should say specifically. He was doing all that for somebody else. It wasn't about Sam. Like, that's my whole issue.
Yeah.
All three of the Captain America movies are about Steve Rogers, what he went through, his best friend coming back from the dead, his origin story in the very first movie. In the third movie, his best friend being framed for murder and him holding the secret from Tony Stark that his best friend killed his parents. It's all about Steve. even though there's a lot of other things and moving parts, and you're setting up this and you're breaking up the Avengers and all that stuff like that, the central figure is Steve Rogers, and it's about him and his inability to make good decisions when it comes to Bucky.
Bucky.
You know what I mean? And that loyalty struggle between Bucky and his and the other people. I mean, those are all phenomenal movies, and a large part of that is because it's about Steve. It's not about anybody else. It's not about Odin coming back to find the Tesseract after Red Skull found it in the first movie. Oh, I'm coming back. You got it right, Captain America. It's like that's what got to do with me, nigga. Like, I'm fighting Nazis. Let's focus on that. Like, so, and then the Nazis came back and took over. Hydra came back and took over Shield. Who is Hydra directly connected to? Cap. Like, it's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, give me a Sam Wilson Captain America movie about Sam Wilson. Anyway, that's my diatribe. We done diatribe a little bit.
Yeah, and I think some of the production issues on that film also speaks to that.
It's very Frankenstein.
Because I feel like Steve Rogers Cap movie wouldn't look like how the third act in that movie looked.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. But yeah, that was us diatribing real quick because we was, things are happening.
Yeah.
Camby's sister got kidnapped right before the finals. We stood no chance of winning the finals. Camby's sister? I'm not
sure. Sounds like a player on the Knicks sister. Got
kidnapped. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Favorite Coach Pop moment in his coaching career? I don't know. I can't think of anything right now.
All of his moments with Sager. And to me, it's always been him being asked a question and just turning around.
His interviews
are
hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to score more points than them.
Because they always ask him stupid questions.
Yeah.
Watchmen or Sucker Punch? Watchmen. Easily. I love Sucker Punch, but Watchmen is way superior.
I've only seen Sucker Punch once. I don't really.
He's supposed to be re-releasing it. With all the scenes, and I'm excited to get that one. Okay. John Starks breaking 3 after 3 in Game 6 of the '94 Finals was worse than Sprewell. That's true. But mind you, in '94 I was 4, so I didn't have a full context of that. Latrell Sprewell was just my favorite player, and I just saw him not coming through. John Starks wasn't even a thought, even though I have a basketball signed by him years later after that. I wouldn't call Twilight overrated because they have their own fan base.
I think that's fair. You know what I mean? We talked about that with the Minecraft movie. Is it a failure if other people don't like it, but the actual fan base does?
It depends on what you talk about. Are you talking about creatively or financially?
I mean, I thought it did pretty well financially, right? Well,
Minecraft?
I'm almost never talking financially with these.
So if you're talking creatively, no, because you made it for the fans.
Yeah, you made it for them.
You're hoping that people who don't know about it watch it too, but
right. Yeah. But the fans were happy with it.
Yeah, every franchise has its own fan base. That's also true.
Yep.
Like that's how you're a successful franchise. You have a fan base. But he's asking like, why are they overhyping it? Does the Venom franchise get a lot of praise?
I mean, it makes bank. People keep going back.
My boss loved those movies. I was telling her how I didn't like them, and she's like, "What?" Actually, I wasn't saying that. I was telling her why I won't go watch them, and she's like, "What are you talking about? Those are my favorite comic book movies." And I'm just like, but people love them. All 3 of those movies made a lot of money.
To me, it's the worst trilogy ever made, but that's another story for another day.
Fast and Furious overrated. I love Fast and Furious, but I get it. You can talk about this Spike Lee and Cannes news item. Oh,
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah,
but we should probably wait until next time because we have so many comments. We're really far behind.
Yeah. Book Skurs and Purrs. Hey.
Book Skurs and Purrs.
Love when you jump in.
Wow.
Thank you. I'm okay. Just taking it one day at a time. I'm glad to hear that. Dell's on with you. He's not going to watch Superman trailer.
I'm probably going to watch it. I'm just going to be mad that I'm watching it.
How do you like your steak cooked? Medium, rare, I assume. And what's your favorite steak cut? I'm
good with medium or medium rare.
I am a fully cooked guy.
That
No
is
medium rare, no rare.
that is. Anyway, next
I'm not.
question.
I'm not. I'm not eating any soft or bloody steak. I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, thank you, Delo. Yeah, hit that like
Appreciate it,
button,
y'all.
guys. Appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
Medium well. Did you guys both see the Nobody 2 trailer? Not yet. Did you see the first Nobody?
I didn't, so I didn't watch the second trailer.
Gotcha. I think you will like the first Nobody a lot. Did you guys? But no, I haven't watched the second trailer yet. I haven't got a chance. There's a lot of trailers that dropped today.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys see what James Gunn posted? He said that Superman will be going to have a feel of original Star Wars movies, that kind of tone. Okay, interesting. Before Endgame, the comic movies were deathly afraid of being 3 hours, so we got the theatrical cut BVS. That's true. Endgame made it okay to be over 2 hours and whatever.
Yeah.
Sakamoto Days Part 1 was dope. I highly recommend it. I've heard about that show, but I haven't seen it yet. Have you?
I've never heard of it. No.
I feel like they've been doing that with all the minority properties at Marvel. See, he said
Yeah.
exactly what I said.
Yep.
Listen to this, Zach and Kenny Spark. When I was in the movie theater watching Sinners, I got a text saying, "How do you feel Trump is going as president?" After I got out. Oh God, that's a terrible text to get while you're watching a movie. Can you leave me alone? I'm watching a great movie.
If I got that text, leave me alone. I'm watching a movie. It don't even really matter what text it is. Just leave me alone.
Yeah, this Blade situation hurts my soul. It just because it doesn't make any sense.
Zero.
Even if you can't figure out an original story, it's an adaptation. Just adapt the comic.
Right.
Especially since Blade is not something that's been made over and over and over and over again. If you adapt the comic for the first time, it's gonna feel like a fresh story.
Yep.
I said he is an incompetent, stupid ass and does not know how to run the country. One of us.
I mean,
One of us.
Agree, but yeah.
I do want iHeart to succeed, but I'm very concerned. I think Marvel doesn't have any faith in the project. Marvel might have to turn off comment section on Twitter when the trailer drops.
Amen to that.
Finna be a clan meeting. Yo, TJ, you be killing me.
That's funny as hell.
That's funny.
That's
They're
hilarious.
dropping it 3 episodes at a time, like Andor.
Oh, okay.
That's interesting.
That's interesting because I'm so far. I have not watched a single episode of Andor.
Yeah, and they have 3 more episodes coming out. Goddamn, like,
Tonight. Yeah. Well, it's a finale.
I do agree with. Yeah, it's the last 3. I do agree with Zach said. Sorry, I was late to the reply. No problem. They had no faith in Brave New World and made an Incredible Hulk sequel. I see that. That's my biggest issue with Marvel now. They give us a basic ass Thunderbolts and they got the rocket strapped to it.
I mean, I love Thunderbolts.
Me too, but I get it. I get what you say. He's not a big fan of that movie. He felt like it was basic. I didn't think it was basic,
Which is completely fair. You don't have to be a fan of everything.
Yeah, and at least it had a black character in it, but she also got her stuff. But she got her stuff cut out. So
yeah, right. Yo, real quick, can you do us a favor and put any year between 1970 and 2025 in the comments?
Yeah,
we'll probably
everybody watching right now.
Yeah, a random year between 1970 and 2025. We're going to pick 2 of those years, and then we'll let you know what we're going to do with them after that. But yeah, let's read through these last couple comments before we get to that.
They're killing the stories with minority leads, and I cannot be convinced it isn't on purpose. I feel it too.
Yeah.
Felt like when Bob, not Chapek, Bob. What's the guy? What's Bob? What Bob is it? That's their name?
There's Iger and there's Chapek.
Bob Iger. When Bob Iger took back over, he was just like all these minority stuff.
Which is really interesting because he was the one who fought for minorities to. Okay, so we have. We'll just take the first 2 years we see. So T.J. Bills put in 2009 and Use of Skills put in 1990. I don't know if we said hi to you, Use of Skills, but yo, what's up? So yeah, we'll do 2009. Oh yeah, because
we're about to get to this comment.
In 1990. Yep.
Okay.
But yeah, like I was saying, which was interesting because Bob Iger and Kevin Feige were the ones who fought their asses off to get Ike Perlmutter out of here, so we can actually have Black Panther and Captain Marvel because he didn't want. As a matter of fact,
either or.
We sued them a couple years ago. He was like, "I don't understand why we need to have blacks or women in the movies at all." It's like, nigga, are you crazy?
He said that shit out loud.
Out loud.
It was so bad that Kevin Feige threatened to quit the Marvel Studios and go to
Mhm.
DC.
Yeah,
Like he's like,
because
I'll just
they
go over
would
there.
not let him do Black Panther or Captain Marvel.
Yeah. And Chadwick Boseman was like, I'll quit right now. Like I know I
Mhm.
showed up in Civil War, but I just won't do the movie.
Yeah,
And then
wow.
those two movies made $1 billion. This was so
Right,
insane to me.
and
Like,
yeah, and the fact that he fought to sue them about that after the fact, after those movies made billions of dollars,
don't make no
insane.
sense.
You gotta hate somebody real bad to see them make you $1 billion. And be like, I don't want them near me.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Yep.
Useless Skills, welcome to the live stream.
Welcome.
And I'm pretty sure. Oh no, Useless Kills. My bad, not Skills. Wait, Skills or Kills? No,
It's
I'm dumb.
skills.
It's Skills.
There's three S's there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you have some useful skills.
Mm-hmm.
Hope y'all having a good night. Don't know if y'all saw Ryan Coogler talking about Ironheart. Yes, I saw the video. Seemed very passionate about it.
He said something in there that I was like, I don't know if that's
What?
true. When he was talking about Ironheart, he was like, yeah, Ironheart, like, he was saying something to the effect of, yes, it was so much like positive buzz and people were like really excited for her when she was, I was like, that's not how I remember it.
Nah, it was more mixed. It was more
Now,
mixed.
I bought every Ironheart comic. I have all of them, floppies, and I have the issue where she first appeared. I was there. People
Me
were
too.
not happy that the little black girl was becoming
An iron person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought all of her first issues of her first run that she had. That was
Mhm.
I really liked Riri. Hopefully
People are never
they
happy.
do it right.
There's a lot of revisionist histories when it comes to Miles Morales.
Oh my god, so much. People don't
Yeah.
realize how Spider-Verse saved that character.
Mm-hmm.
Thunderbolt was a banger. It was great.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Kenny Sparks, I will tell you the most recent episodes of Andor were absolutely amazing. They are so realistic to the day and age and what's going on in real life.
That's what's up.
I feel like the first season did that too, so I'm not surprised.
I didn't like
Okay.
the first season until the last 3 episodes.
Same. It was just too slow.
Yeah.
All right, so we have our 2 years, 2009 and 1990.
Yep.
So what we're gonna do is the topic is.
I
why don't I have it?
I can introduce it if you want.
Yeah, go ahead. Do your thing.
So we're going to do a war. Sorry. So we're going to take 2009. I think we're going to do this a couple times. We may not do it every week, but I want to do this all the time because basically the premise is this. We're going to look at all the movies, not all of them. We're going to look at the movies from 2009 on Letterboxd, and we're going to look at the movies from 1990. We're going to look at them. We're going to talk about it. Yo, these movies came out this year, blah, blah, blah. And then after we're done talking about those 2 years, we're going to ask you guys to vote and also comment in the comments. Which year movies was better? So that's basically the premise of what we're going to be doing going forward. So we're about to look. We're going to pull up Letterboxd right on the screen for you, so you don't have to go. I mean, you can go to it if you want to. You have every right to do so. But yeah, so we're going to do 2009. We're going to do 1990 first, and then we're going to do 2009. I don't know why. I just feel like we should go in chronological order.
Hey, Alex, what's up? Welcome to the live
Yeah.
stream.
So yeah, and we're going to do this like just once, maybe not once in a blue moon, but maybe once a week. I don't know. We're going to figure it out. We don't even have a name for this segment yet because, like you said, we know what we're talking about as the title of this thing. We came up with this like 15 minutes before the show started. So, yeah, what's up, Negrete Fumes? What up? How you doing?
Man.
Welcome.
Got a
Tank.
Oh.
Tank. Can I get a refill? All right, so we're going to. I'm going to pull up Letterboxd. We're going to take a look at 1990, which is also the year I was born. Yes, I'm a young man and an old man at the same time. Depends on who's talking. So let's go to 1990. And like one of the biggest reasons why we wanted to do this is because when I was doing when I was doing my series of what was it called? The Unseen Movie Marathon. When I was doing those videos, like one of the things I know is that every single year, there's not a year in existence, at least for me, between 1970 and today without bangers. Every movie has bangers, and you're often surprised by what movies came out in the same year. So we're going to do 1990 first. Can you set up the poll for us real quick?
All right, dude.
All right, cool. All right, so 1990, let's see what we got. We got Goodfellas, Home Alone, Edward Scissorhands. I'm sorry. I don't know why I said it like that. Pretty Woman, Back to the Future 3, Misery, never seen it. Godfather Part 3, I was told not to see it. Wild at Heart, never seen it. Total Recall is a banger.
Total Recall, my God.
Paris is Burning, I need to see that. Ghost was in the theater for I feel like a year's. Well, also I was born in 1990, like I said, so I wasn't there. But I was told that Ghost was in the theater for a minute. Dell on movies could probably tell us. I'm not calling you old Dell. I'm just saying you're very experienced.
You're seasoned.
You're seasoned. Amen. Jacob's Ladder. I don't know if I heard of that. It. Trauma. That movie gave me trauma.
Talk about childhood trauma. Final Destination. It.
UPN. Right after Saturday morning cartoons, they was playing It. What are you doing? I just got done with Yu-Gi-Oh! I just saw him send somebody to the Shadow Realm. Now you want to pull out a giant spider? Like, what we doing?
And you know what? It's supposed to be MASH, and y'all over here playing It instead of MASH. Bring back MASH.
Yeah. So we have Tremors, which I know I've seen. I just don't remember it. Die Hard 2, which is actually super underrated. Awakenings, I don't know that. And Gremlins 2. Now, listen, hear me out. I like Gremlins 2 more than Gremlins 1. I know that a lot of people will like Gremlins 1 more, but this movie is hilarious to me. And even though it also has a spider gremlin, which I'm not a fan of, I did enjoy the movie. Hunt for Red October. 1990 is a banger. Child's Play 2, I'm pretty sure I've seen that. Predator 2 is actually super underrated. Let's move these up a little bit. Rocky 5, we don't talk about it. King of New York, dope. I actually seen that one. Christopher Walken is great in that.
The Witches.
Mermaids, The Witches. I've never seen The Witches. The Exorcist 3, I have not seen that. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. One of my favorite movies of all time. Ever. Yeah.
The next movie is crazy.
Frankenhooker? Okay, we gotta take it.
Frankenhooker is nuts.
All right. Frankenhooker. A terrifying tale of sluts and bolts. A medical school dropout loses his fiance in a tragic lawnmower incident and decides to bring her back to life. Zach, we gotta watch this, please. Unfortunately, he was only able to save her head. He goes to the red light district in the city and lures prostitutes into a hotel room so he can collect body parts from reason. That's horrifying. I actually don't know if I want to watch this anymore. What the hell is going on around here?
90s was wild, man. And it has a 3.5 average rating. That's nuts.
That's wild. What else did Frank direct? I know we're going off a little bit, but
that's fine. Basket Case. Oh my god.
All right, so I've
Brain
never
damage. Basket Case is wild.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, cool. We'll let you go, Frank, because you clearly have.
Sounds effed up.
So yeah.
Frankenhooker is a cult classic. I know it's real cult.
It's somebody's cult. Dark Man, Kindergarten Cop.
That's classic.
Slacker, which I don't. I've always wanted to see Days of Thunder, and just because of the poster, I have no idea what this movie's about. Blah, blah, blah. Dick Tracy is a really fun movie. Flatline.
I heard La Femme Nikita was good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The Rescuers Down Under is a source of depression. The Rescuers movies are depressing. Have you seen the Rescuers movies?
Yeah, I have.
They are very depressing. Flatliners, I've heard about, never seen it. Arachnophobia. So you mean to tell me the two movies that caused me the most trauma as a child came out in the same year? The year I was born,
That makes sense.
Arachnophobia and It. They were also playing It right after Saturday. I mean, Arachnophobia right after Saturday morning cartoons on UPN, which for you young folks is the CW now.
Yeah.
Um,
He said
but
Days
yeah,
of Thunder is about NASCAR racing.
I mean that sounds cool because we have what's the name coming out this
F1.
year? F1. I'm looking forward to that.
And
RoboCop
Gran
2.
Turismo was really good from last year.
Yes, it was actually. RoboCop 2 is
Yeah.
not as good as the first one, obviously, but
No.
it's also really cool. A lot of cool stuff
Yeah.
happens in it. I'm not saying it's a good movie, just a lot of cool stuff happens. And let's see, I don't recognize a lot of these movies.
Presume Innocent. That's a big movie. I'm trying to see if we
Steel.
can get through
Oh,
it.
Mo Better Blues,
Mm-hmm.
classic. Denzel, Spike Lee joint.
Blue
I
Steel.
actually saw that for the first time a couple years ago.
Boiling Point.
Yeah. And do we want to
Let's
go to
see.
the second page, or we want to keep it first page only?
I think first page is fine. I think that's most of the. Wait, can you filter it to like highest rated movies? Maybe we should have
Yeah,
done
let's
that.
do that. Let's filter the highest rated movies and highest rated. All right.
Presume Innocent is really good. It was technically a TV movie shown in two parts for it. Gotta watch Flatliners. It's great. I've seen the
Average
original
rating. Sorry,
Flatliners.
that was average rating. Oh no, not
Lord
my
of the
rating.
Flies was good too.
Your rating interest. Okay, highest rated.
Okay.
I think I'm seeing less movies I know.
That's hilarious.
Um,
Let's see. Paris is Burning. I've heard of.
Paris
Goodfellas
is
is a great
Burning.
film.
Yeah.
Let's see. Star Trek: Next Generation, Best of Both Worlds. I've seen that. Great.
I know these are the highest rated, but I really don't recognize the majority of these.
Yeah. Because they're probably
So,
more of the smaller films. Other, obviously, not Star Trek, but
yeah,
these are smaller. Oh, Edward Scissorhands is on here.
yeah,
One of my favorite films.
that's a great movie.
Phantom of the Opera. Total Recall's here still.
What's the
Yeah, it's a lot of movies I don't know. Home Alone.
wait? What?
Home Alone's on here.
Where?
Which row is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth row to the right.
Well, I'm drunk. I can't
Yes.
see it.
So probably we should stick to popularity.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, probably better to sort by most popular. Yeah, because the highest rated is. Oof.
Yeah. I don't know what they talk about.
He said, "Go back to the way you had it." They're like, no.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna just take a peek at the second page. That looks like Bruce Willis. Because sometimes they don't be known. Yeah, we should have probably. Oh, House Party.
What party?
House Party.
Oh yeah, of course, classic.
House Party's on here. Another 48 hours. Bardock is on
How
here.
did you film popular with friends? Film popular all time. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Trying to
And
keep
yeah,
up
so
with
we
you.
won't go past. Oh, Tree of Might was 1990. That's crazy.
The
Yeah, I
Dragon
know a
Ball
lot of
Trio
them got
Might?
trans. Yeah, Tree of Might.
Oh yeah.
19. I know
Love
a
that
lot of
movie.
them got, you know.
Yeah, they originally came out in the 90s, but then got the
Mhm.
English dub in the 2000s.
Thank God for Toonami,
World's Strongest also came out in the
1990.
90s.
All right, cool. So I think we got a lot of good stuff here.
Yeah.
All right, so keep in mind all the goodwill. Forget this page because it's mostly not good. And let's travel to its opponent,
2009.
2009. 2,000 watts.
Give Dragon Ball Bardock its flowers. Did that come out in the 90s?
Yeah, that
I feel
was
like
on
that was
this
a
list.
new
That was on that list. It was 1990.
Bardock.
Yeah, 1990. Yeah.
Wow.
All right, let's skip to 2009.
There's some bangers on the second
Woo!
page. Hard to Kill's a classic. The Rookie, Clint Eastwood, and Charlie Sheen is good.
Inglorious Bastards. 500
Great
Days
film.
of Summer.
Love that movie.
Never seen Fantastic Mr. Fox, but have
But I
heard
heard good
nothing but
things.
great things.
Coraline, great
Up.
movie.
Avatar.
Great
Harry
movie.
Potter and the Half-Blood Prince.
I haven't seen it.
Is that part one? Is this no? Definitely Howls is the parts.
Jennifer's Body.
This one I didn't like as much, actually.
No.
Out of all of them, because it was like the penultimate before we get to the. No, that's not true. The one I didn't like as much is actually the first. Definitely Howls movie. I was like, all right, but the second one was a banger. Jennifer's Body,
Gotcha.
The Hangover,
Called classic.
Zombieland,
Great. Twilight.
Twilight. You know,
Move on.
Princess and
Princess
the
and
Frog.
the Frog was 2009. Damn, that was a long time ago. The Proposal's underrated comedy.
I have not seen it. Watchmen. We actually just talked about Watchmen.
Classic.
Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. I actually watched it for the first time.
Great movie.
Last year.
Oh,
This is really good.
So good.
Dogtooth is what that says. I don't know anything about that.
I've
Sherlock
heard
Holmes.
that's good. That's the guy who did Poor Things. That's his first movie.
Sherlock Holmes. Good movie.
Heard that was great.
District
9 classic.
Good movie. We don't need
Orphan.
to talk about X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Yeah.
Moon. I saw that. That was cool. Blindside started really, really good reputation, and then that joint took a crazy hit.
He's just not into you. Great comedy.
Let me scroll up a little bit. Scroll, Negro. All right. Okay.
Antichrist is messed up. Great movie though.
I haven't seen that. 2012
17
was good. Was a good.
17 again is another underrated.
I haven't seen that either. Is this isn't the first Ice Age, is it?
Revenge of the Fallen. I'm one of the few people that like Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen.
I like Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen too.
Hey, did we become best friends?
Everybody in the chat hates us right now.
I know.
But yeah, yo, at the end when they on the pyramid and he shoots like the rail gun at the pyramid and knocks, I was like, yo, this is crazy. It was great. And then when Devastator climbs at the pyramid, it was dope.
It was super.
Actually, fun story. I was in the church house. I was at church on a Wednesday for some reason. Wednesday or Thursday, one of them. I think it was Wednesday. And me and my best friend were about to go see Transformers right after we left the Bible study, right? Though a young lady a woman of auntie who actually went to our church, she comes in like, yeah, auntie, we about to go see Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. She's like, oh, I didn't like when Optimus died. I'm like, yo, what are we doing?
What are we doing here?
What are we doing? We hadn't seen the movie yet. I was
Oh
like,
my God.
okay. Thanks for that. Star Trek.
Oh, I love that. I love that trilogy.
Fantastic movie. Yeah,
Fantastic.
Great trilogy. One of the better trilogies of the 2000s. Fast and Furious. This is when they come back. This is the fourth one before Fast 5. That's actually a solid movie. Yeah. Brothers.
Great movie.
That's not the one. Now I'm thinking about Four Brothers with Andre 3000.
That one's still good. Tobey
Maguire
Maguire performance in that movie.
Yeah. I didn't see this one. Monsters versus Aliens. I didn't see.
No.
Where the Wild Things Are. I feel like I saw this.
Drag Me to Hell came out in 2009. Holy shit, I'm old.
Yeah. Mr. Nobody. I just know that poster. I've never watched it.
The Hannah Montana movie. Gang, 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 gang.
I'm not in that gang.
Is that the first? Oh no, that's not the first final.
This got to be like the one they said was the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I think 1 star, half star, 1 star.
God damn.
1.5. 2.5. 1.5. 2.
And you know these are all recent too.
Yeah.
Hey, TJ's part of the gang. Hannah Montana movie slap.
All
Yada mean.
All right.
Sorry, I didn't put the.
Saw,
Yeah, I mean, sorry,
is that
I gotta make sure
six?
I say it
Saw
right.
6?
Adventureland is a really underrated comedy too, with
Ooh, what the hell is
Kristen
going on
Stewart.
here? Saw 6?
Sick.
Am I reading that
The
right?
Road. Whoo. The Road is one of the most influential movies. We wouldn't have The Last of Us, The Walking Dead, a lot of these post-apocalyptic movies of like a silent, strong protagonist with a little kid. This movie
Mm-hmm.
inspired a lot of those.
Gotcha.
I've heard
So
of Triangle, but I haven't seen it.
I have not seen that. I haven't seen 9, even
I
though
heard of
the
that
animation
too.
looks interesting. I have seen the Human Centipede.
Oof. Sorry for
I
your
was in
loss.
college. I was in my college dorm. The movie was on. We were flipping through channels. The movie was on because we had basic cable in our dorm, and we were watching it, and we could not turn away. And it was like, but the entire time we were watching it, we were like, why are we watching this? And we did that all the way up until that movie ended. It was crazy. Um,
Came here because of that fire thumbnail. Thank you, Imran Plus. Welcome to the live stream.
appreciate it. Welcome. Paul Blart Mall Cop. Never seen it.
Yeah,
Um,
solid
I
movie.
think this is the one where Jason runs.
Which one?
The Friday the 13th.
13th. Is that the one
Yeah,
where he runs?
I think so.
Alvin the Chipmunks, The Squeakle is an underrated campy classic.
You're never gonna get me to watch something that's called The Squeakle. I can tell you that
I
right
will one day. I will one day. Whip It is
now.
also a really underrated film. That's really, really good.
Precious, great movie.
Classic.
The House of the Devil. I don't
Crazy.
know. Let's just go to the second page because we went to the second page of the first one.
Yeah, The
And
Ugly
sometimes
Truth is
there
a
be
good movie too.
gems. Law-abiding citizen.
Yeah. Now we talking.
Yes. Terminator Salvation. I did like that movie.
Full
Black
Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Dynamite. Black Dynamite.
Great movie.
But Black Dynamite. I sell drugs to the community.
Trying to see what else I know.
Never
Splice
seen
is
Bruno.
crazy.
Never
Wreck
seen
is
Splice.
crazy.
I have seen Invictus. I don't care about it that much.
Time Traveler's Wife is one of the best romantic movies ever made.
I need to see that then. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Oh, one
Now
of my
that's
favorite
new.
horror movies, The Collector. Oh, so good.
The Collector.
That's a cult classic.
Funny People. Haven't seen that. Bad Lieutenant. Haven't. There's
Funny
a lot of
People
stuff
is
I haven't
great.
seen here. Hot take.
What's up?
The George Clooney universe, movieverse outside of the Ocean's movies,
Yeah.
whack. A
said
lot of
what?
whack,
A
dry
lot of whack
humor
movies.
that I do not care about. I'm not saying George Clooney's a bad actor. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying his movies do not inspire me to be like, ooh, that was good. Let me watch that again. Crank, High Voltage. I have not seen that.
I heard it was great, but
A
haven't
Bloody
seen it.
Valentine.
Chloe, Guilty Pleasure.
What? Chloe?
Yeah, movie Chloe.
G.I. Joe, Rise of the Cobra. I'll be honest with y'all.
Guilty Pleasure.
I like the G.I. Joe movies. Are they good? But are they fun? Yeah. Taking a Pelham 1, 2, 3 with Denzel and John Travolta. This is good. I did
it's good.
so happen to see the original movie literally the week before this. Before I saw this movie. The original movie is better. It is really good. It was from like the 70s. And it's really good. Don't know any of this. Don't know any of that. Dragon Ball Evolution! Yeah!
Man, if you don't get your ass out of here with that shit.
Yeah!
I have a hot take about Dragon Ball Evolution.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, I want to hear it.
If it wasn't a Dragon Ball movie, it would be a solid film.
Chad, how do you feel about that?
Let me know how you feel about that.
Yeah.
I feel like if it was just his own original creation, it would be a solid film.
I'm only going to the third page just because I'm not really looking through this. I mean, I'm looking through it, but I'm not really counting anything on here.
Yeah.
Obsessed with Beyonce. Woo!
That movie is so good.
Excuse me.
Obsessed is good. It can't be fun. Push is underrated. That's an underrated comic book movie. That was a one and done.
Superman, Batman, Public Enemies.
Underworld, The Rise of the Lycans. Classic.
That's a good movie. Maybe we should look at the third pages.
Dead Snow. I watched that recently because of the resident Norwegian Batman. That's a funny
Notorious
movie.
is not a good movie.
Oh yeah.
Actually, no. Let me take that back. It's fine. It's actually fine.
Oh, okay.
Sorority's
Row is crazy.
But yeah,
I love you, Beth Coopers.
Let us know. Like, what do you think is the better year, 1990 or 2009?
Yo, TJ be following up, man. I will not tolerate obsessed slander.
Y'all young folks, man.
My Bloody Valentine remake wasn't great, but a ton of fun. I actually watched the remake first. I never saw the original one. I really liked that movie. I thought it was great. The Descent, classic. Yeah, that's a movie that's been on my list to watch for a long time, but I'm kind of scared because of how scary everyone says it is. But I do want to watch it. We should do that in the movie tuber chat. We should all watch The Descent together.
I'm cool with that. Yeah, we get into the we get into the
nitty gritty.
To the nobody watched.
Damn, 2009 might have a loss now that I know Dragon Ball Evolution was there. Damn.
I mean, at least we got Space Buddies.
Oh my!
Now
God.
this isn't
Is
a
this
strike
the
against
kids of?
Because it's the third page. So
yeah,
this might be the fourth page actually. But yeah, so y'all let us know like what movie or what year won. I already know what year one in my head because after seeing actually Green Lantern First Light. That's a really good animated film. This is a good movie. This is really because is this the one where it's like anthology, Jones, and you got the I don't know if this is the anthology one where they had that one where the planet was a lantern. That was a good one, but I'm not sure if that's this one. But yeah. Based on the first two pages, basically for each one, vote. Let us know which year you think is better. What are your favorite movies from those years? And also, what if you guys have an idea for a better way for us to do this? Let us know. But yeah, these 2 years were pretty good. At least, so I will say that 2009. As you guys are voting, I will say that 2009 it's good. It's good. There's a lot of good movies in here. I personally, 1990 blows this way out of the water. Like this is insane. How they don't.
To me, I actually like 2009 better.
What?
Because I think there's more movies in here that I would rewatch versus 1999 or 1990. A lot of comedies in here, like Zombieland is one of my favorite comedies, one of my favorite movies.
It's a good movie.
I'll definitely rewatch that over and over and over, which I have. When I think about like something like Jennifer's Body, 500 Days of Summer was such a heartbreaking film for me. Coraline is one of the best animated movies. Watchmen is one of my favorite movies of all time. So is District 9. Star Trek is such a fantastic movie. But like we have like comedies like The Proposal, which is very rewatchable. Hangover is a classic for comedies to me, for like a modern one. 17 again is really, really underrated in terms of being a comedy. There's a couple of films in here, like Fast and Furious is great. Brothers is crazy. Mother is a crazy horror film.
Mother?
Yeah. That was in the fourth. No, not the Jennifer Lawrence one. This is a Asian one. There's a lot more comedies in here that holds this year up, and I think that's why it seems weaker, because 1990 has more like drama heavy award winning films versus this is more like fun. A fun lower tier movie. I don't even know what best picture.
I wouldn't even say
that's
it's
a good
more
question.
Fun. I wouldn't necessarily. Well, for me, I'm speaking for myself. I wouldn't even necessarily think to me that this year is more fun, because my mind immediately goes. If you just go back, I'm assuming everybody's voted by now. My mind immediately goes to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Home Alone and Edward Scissorhands and Total Recall. Not it. It's not fun. Die Hard 2. Frankenhooker. You know what I mean? That's a big one for us.
I'm dead. I'm looking at the nominees for 2009 Best Picture.
Mhm.
It's like movies we didn't even talk about. Slumdog Millionaire came out that year.
What?
The Curious Case of Benjamin Button.
How did?
Um,
Oh wow.
I
Let's
don't know
let's.
how we missed that.
It wasn't us. That's for sure.
Frost, The Reader, and Milk. I never heard of those three.
Let me see.
Um,
Let's pull up the highest rated real quick.
mm, yeah, it might not be the most popular. Those are 2008. Oh, is this lying? Is Google lying to me? Maybe Google's lying to me.
Okay, that makes sense. Because what you said, 2008.
Yeah. Let me go to the actual Academy website.
Shit.
That would be better.
2008 is insane.
What was Best Picture? Where's Best View by Film? No, not by film. By actor in leading role, supporting role, blah blah blah. Animated feature. That was Wally. Wally came out in 2009. Oh wow. Art direction, cinematography,
Now,
costume
Wally was
design.
2008.
Wait, what year is this on then? It
Mm.
says no. The Academy says 2009. I'm on 2009.
Was it nominated?
Oh, I gotta
Remember,
look at 2010 because it's the year
yeah,
after.
yeah,
There we go. That's why I'm being dumb.
yeah.
My bad, guys. Okay. Up was this year. Coraline and Up. It was that year. Princess
Yeah.
and the Frog and Mr. Fantastic Fox. That's a great lineup for
Mm. Let's get
animation.
through some of these comments and keep talking
Yeah.
about this. Definitely want to get through some of these comments. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so it's the Hurt Locker, District 9, Avatar, and Glorious Bastards. That's pretty good lineup.
That's a good lineup. It's not the best I've ever heard. Half Blood Princess #6. Sorry about the misspelling. It's all good, man. Before something else popped up, I tried to. It's all good, man. We're not worried about that. Sherlock Holmes and the Lovely Bones is really good, but Lovely Bones is sad to get through. Avatar. So I will agree with you because I watched it right before I watched Avatar 2, which I loved, enjoyed. But I watched Avatar like on my little home screen without all the 3D effects, and it was just kind of not as good. I know Zach feels the opposite way.
Yeah, I love that movie, and I watched it at home.
2009 is Winning for Useless Skills. Okay. Fair. The role with Viggo Mortensen is really good.
I was
Okay.
just talking about that, yeah.
Yeah. Mary and Max and Nine are two underrated animated movies from 2009. I haven't heard of Mary and Max. I'll have to look that up. Human Centipede ruined my life. I can definitely see that. Human Centipede is one of those movies that you find when you're a kid.
Wait, is Kenny gone? Or he's there? Is it me? Oh, you're muted again. Unmute. Oh, I can't unmute you. Okay. I guess I'll talk until Kenny figures it out. Is he back?
I'm here.
Brothers was really
I'm
good.
glad.
There you go.
I'm here. All right. So, Human Centipede ruined my life. Human Centipede is one of those movies that, like, you find as a kid, and it's like it traumatized. It's like it for me. It's like, oh god.
Yeah. But I think it's worse than it.
Oh yeah, for sure, by far. Star Trek is goated. I 1000% agree.
Yeah, it's such a great movie.
District 9 has a special place in my heart. My dad got it on
too.
DVD and showed me it when I was 10 years old. I was traumatized. Years later, I saw it again and loved it. Yeah, man, that's
me
dope.
too.
Like, there's a lot of movies like that. What movie did I see? Oh, Starship Troopers was like that for me. My dad took me to the theater in 1997 to see Starship Troopers. In the first scene, I was 7 years old. I cried my eyes out. He had to take me home from the theater because I was crying so loud. And then I watched it like a year later and loved it. I know he was probably pissed. Um, but yeah, damn, I haven't seen Transformers. What a spoiler, damn, sir.
Useless.
It's
Come on.
like it's gotta be 15 years old by this point.
More than that. It was 2009. It's
Oh yeah, that's right. It's
2025.
2009.
16 years ago.
16.
That's insane, honestly. That's like half my life ago. Shit.
Yeah, that is crazy. The Road is the most depressing shit you'll ever watch. I haven't heard of it, but that's interesting. Up in the
That's
Air.
the movie I
is
was
really
talking about
good.
that was inspired all the Walking Dead and
Oh,
Last of
that's right.
Us
That's
and
what
that
you were
movie.
talking about. Yeah. Up in the Air is really good. I feel like I know Up in the Air. Anyway, Public Enemy. I don't think I've seen. Oh, y'all Hannah fans. Cast Jacob Fatu and Saul.
That's crazy.
I would like to see that.
They don't stand a chance.
Came here because of the thumb. Oh, okay, you read that one. Appreciate that, bro. I would never watch Human Centipede. Someone would have to pay me $200 billion for me to watch that. I mean,
I'll be honest. You
pay
paid
me
me
half
$10.
that, and I'll watch it again. Pay me a quarter of that, and I'll watch it again.
Yeah, word. Give me $1 million.
Yeah.
I'll watch the whole franchise.
T says, yeah, it is a franchise, isn't it? T says 1990 had better films, but 2009 had more popular movies.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, that's interesting because I feel like that might be the case because it's especially more popular today because we're closer to 2009 than we are to 1990. Remember, 1990 was 35 years ago.
That's true. That's
so
true.
there is a lot of like, you know, because Inglourious Basterds is still popular. So is Black Dynamite and yeah, Up. Like all these are the things that people in the generation right behind us started watching.
Yeah, I think it depends on who you ask. I think
Yeah.
people who are older than us, like people my brother age, will probably go 1990s more because they were an adult when they watched these.
Yeah.
Versus like a little kid who had to rewatch it again. But yeah.
Yeah, Angels and Demons is a good movie. I haven't heard of that one. I have to check that out. I refuse to rewatch Precious. My heart can't take it. It's good, but Precious is a one-time watch. Like if you like, yo, Precious is my favorite movie. I watch it every Saturday. I'm like, are you okay? Are you all right? Is everything okay at home?
Do we need a higher therapist?
It's so damn good. I agree.
So damn good.
It's so good. It's crazy because I was talking about Law Abiding Citizen when I was reviewing The Amateur, and I was surprised that Law Abiding Citizen has a 26% on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm like, what crack were they smoking? Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
why you always can't trust it, man. Because I'm like, what?
Drag Me to Hell will show up on the next movie swap. Okay. Nice. Wreck was a classic. Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. You're talking about
yeah. Because 2009 is Wreck 2, I think, is on there.
Okay.
Those Wreck movies are crazy.
Black Dynamite don't get its proper respect, bro. Black Dynamite is one of, if not, yes, one of the funniest movies I've ever seen in my life. I died watching that movie. And the funny thing is, that was another movie that I watched, and I was not warned. It was just on, and I just kept watching, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? Any kind of malt liquor makes you go, woo! You'll get it on your way home or when you watch the movie. Absolutely love Black Dynamite. The Collector is goated. Do I know The Collector?
One of my favorite
Crank is a classic. I have not seen either Crank movie.
I haven't seen any of the Crank movies either, bro. I know they're really fun.
Our guy Mike, that's like his favorite movie, right?
Yeah. Lupanto and Mike, yeah.
I agree with you, but because Jennifer's Body is in 2009, and that shit got me through many long. Young man,
I need you to relax.
I enjoyed all the G.I. Joe movies. I did too. I even like the what's Storm Shadow. What was the one with the white ninja? Or the ninja?
That one was didn't recently come out, but
it was Storm Shadow, and it was the other one.
What's the name of this movie? Snake Eyes.
Snake Eyes.
Yeah, my favorite.
I really enjoyed
character.
Snake Eyes. I didn't like. Snake Eyes was one of those movies where I was like, I really enjoyed it, and I didn't find out that people didn't enjoy it until years later. I'm like, oh, people don't like this movie.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like that movie.
Taking the Pelham 1, 2, 3 is really good. I agree. I will say like I do like the 1971 John Moore. Planet 51 was low key an underrated classic. T says no. I'm not. I don't know if he's saying that to TJ or
Or
to
to
something
us.
else that we said.
Yeah.
Then 2009, I had the lost now that I know that Dragon Ball Evolution. You read that one, yeah. That movie bored me. My Bloody Valentine remake wasn't great, but it was a ton of fun. I think you read that. My bad. Yep. I mean, I'm gonna slander it though, just a little bit. The Descent. The Descent. I think I saw that, and I need to see it again. The Goods is funny as fuck. I didn't need to curse. Big Fan is underrated movie from 2009 about an obsessed New York Giants fan. Is that similar to The Fan, the one with Robert De Niro and Wesley Snipes? Because that was actually pretty good too. Brooklyn's Finest was solid. Brooklyn's Finest was one of the wildest movies I had ever seen.
Yeah.
The way it ended was insane. 1990. Shout out to 1990, the year I was born. June 9th, 1997, 26 a.m. You know what I'm saying? On a Saturday morning. A star was
Damn.
born. You know what I'm talking about?
We were born a week apart, I think.
When's your birthday?
May 26th.
You one of them May niggas.
How dare you? We both Geminis. Stop it.
I was about to sing something way Paulsworthy and inappropriate.
Relax, my guy.
If you want to know, if you want a clue, just look up Tyrese Zodiac. Because there's a line about Geminis in there. So,
Oh Lord.
if I would have sung that joke, it would have been very paused.
Stream would have just shut down.
I think. What'd you say?
I said the stream would have just shut down.
Yeah, I think you guys should start later because the younger crowd didn't see a lot of the movies from the 90s. Oh, we're not worried about them.
We're gonna teach them.
Yeah, we're gonna teach the youth. 2000 to 2025.
Like you said, the youngest need to learn.
Yeah, we're gonna span time. That's why we told you all to give us 2 years. So the first 2 years that are entered in, we'll probably just go with those two. Yeah. Unless it's like 2007 and then 2009, we get like those back to back. We're probably like, let's do a little.
We already did all
but
that
we
before.
could though. I mean, I don't mind.
I just think we will give it more time. Like, okay, we did a bunch of years. Now 2009 can come back into the fray.
Yeah. 2009 Zero Dark 30 won Best Picture. Okay. I have not seen that.
I heard it was good.
Well, those are 2008. Gotcha. The original Exorcist is also 1998. No, it's not.
Isn't
The
that
Exorcist is
80s or
1973.
Yeah.
We have the technology. Let's just check.
Yeah, it's 73. I just checked.
Okay.
Yeah, because I remember them saying it had like a very 70s vibe to horror. Like there's a specific vibe the 70s horrors had. So versus like 80s.
70s is crazy.
Look up the awards for 2010. Yeah, that's what I ended up doing. No, the Oscars work like taxes. It's the year prior. Well, year after. 2008 is nuts. The awards usually select from the previous year. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking when I was doing it. I thought Google would just give me what won for that year, but that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Frost / Nixon, The Reader, and Milk are all excellent. Okay, these are movies I gotta check out because I never even heard of them, and they were nominated for Best Picture.
I have heard of Frost Nixon. I've never seen it.
Starship Troopers is the reason I enlisted in the army. Wow.
Really? That's really cool. That's really interesting. I'm doing my part. Yeah. I'm doing my part.
He was kidding about Transformers. He did see it. Okay.
Oh, my bad. My B.
In 2009, Slumdog Millionaire won Best Picture, and then in 2010, it was Hurt Locker. Gotcha. Just sub to TJ Billups. Nice. Love it. Sub to each other.
Angels and Demons based off of book.
My bad.
My bad. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought, yeah, it's part of the Da Vinci Code series. I've never seen the Da
Yeah,
Vinci Code.
media.
Um,
That's another series I haven't seen.
I was very steeped in the church growing up,
Mm.
and through my later years and even my 20s. They're like, hey, you ain't going to go see no Da Vinci Code. That's against all the laws of Jesus. And I was like, yeah, I ain't going to see it. Which was crazy because I was watching everything else. I don't know why. Um, it's like today people are like, don't go see Sinners. Go see um, go
Kings and
see I don't know.
Queens.
Yeah, go see something else instead. Like I'm trying to think of a movie I can't. Snake Eyes, yep. Dynamic dude here. Hey, what up, Tennis Reaper?
Tennis Reaper.
Coming off the top rope WWE style. How are both of you doing today? I'm doing great, man. I'm having a great time. This stream has turned out great for not having a plan.
Yeah.
So we're doing pretty good. Uh, yep,
Same
yep,
thing again.
yep,
And just saying hi to each other.
cool. Starship Troopers is the reason I didn't enlist. That's funny. Um, oh, hey, my bad. Ignor's a movie.
Stacy.
What up, Stacy? Stacy, never mind. Um,
I know
don't
exactly
look
where I
at
was
me like
going.
that, Zach.
You're just a freak.
It was a reflex. Um, what's your favorite scene in Forrest Gump? I'm going to say that's hard because there's two scenes. There's a lot of scenes. I love Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump is like my favorite movie. One of my favorite movies, top three for me. Gosh, it's so I'll give you the three. It's the running, the entire sequence of him running across state.
Run,
Um,
Forrest, run.
it's the because I don't think Zach has seen it, so I'm not going to spoil it. Um, it's also the scene where he's standing at the tree talking to someone at the grave. That scene broke me, and it's the scene where Forrest meets Forrest. Um, and yeah, that broke me a lot. Yeah, so that was whew, great movie. Da Vinci Code is just National Treasure, but about Catholic stuff. That's funny.
That's hilarious.
That's actually really funny. Hello, hello. Big fan is not like the fan. It's more grounded in reality and gives you more food for thought. Got you.
Mm.
Uh, did you like True Lies? I do like True Lies. True Lies is a really fun movie. That's the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger and what is her name? Is that Jamie Lee Curtis?
Is it, I think it is. Is that when she was in the bra and panties dancing weird?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. That's the only time I ever seen her young.
You never saw Halloween?
No, I've never seen Halloween.
She's the first. She's the final girl in the first Halloween.
Yeah, I know that, but I've never sat down and watched it from beginning to end. So I guess I technically no, okay. What I should say is that's the first time I watched a film beginning to end with her young.
Gotcha.
Probably shouldn't have been watching that movie. I don't really remember it, but I remember watching it because I remember that weird.
Yeah, she was trying to do something. I don't know what she was trying.
I don't know what she's on.
I didn't know you guys didn't know each other.
Yeah,
That's
that's kind of weird.
Yeah,
Feels like they should.
right. Jenny is the villain.
Yeah.
My mind has changed on that over the years.
Interesting.
It's a lot of trauma that happens with Jenny, where I'm kind of like, which is very funny because while I'm saying this, I'm thinking about the conversation me and Zach had about Ellie from The Last of Us earlier. Okay? Now is Jenny responsible for some of her actions? Sure, but there is quite a lot of trauma with Jenny, and I can't say that it's Jenny's fault. I can say it's unfortunate for Forrest, but I can't say it's Jenny's fault. A lot of stuff was going on. Anyway, I don't want to spoil it for Zach. But yeah. Thanks, TJ. Yep. For sure. Appreciate it, sir. Okay, people are talking to each other. Jamie Lee Curtis, yep. True Lies is an action comedy gold. 100% agree. Jenny isn't the villain. Jenny had a rough go at life. One from opening tap, like it was not good. Anyway, Moon 2009, Sam Rockwell joint is underrated. They kind of just remade it with
Slingshot.
Slingshot. If you saw that, not trying to give it too much away, but Moon did it so much better. I don't think I hadn't seen Slingshot, but yeah, I have seen Moon. Moon is good. Jamie Lee Curtis was not that young in True Lies, 36. Halloween and Trading Places were in her 20s. I didn't know she was
When I
in.
say when I say young, like 36 is young for me for her because she's been old, like to me. Like you're not understanding. All I know of Jamie Lee Curtis is her with gray hair. She didn't have gray hair when she
Right.
was 36.
It's
She's
like
36
when
not
I'm.
old.
It's like by the time I've met um,
Morgan
Morgan
Freeman.
Freeman, that man was
Been
old.
old my whole life. Yeah,
Right.
I saw a clip of him in a movie when he was had great. I was like, "What is this? Is this AI? This is not real." That man been old his whole life.
I know got some old school movies there. What do y'all think of I'm Gonna Get You Sucker? I don't think I've seen that movie actually.
I don't think I've seen it either.
Yeah.
We also have a one last other topic we want to go through, and then we can just do the questions. And that was top 5 movies that shouldn't have flopped.
Oh shit. Crap. I never figured out 4 and 5, but I can do that now. Why don't you go first?
I'll go first. Yes.
So
the
y'all,
first
also
movie,
y'all
Yeah.
put y'all
Yeah.
movies that should not have flopped in the comments as well. While
Yeah.
Zach goes through his and I do my job.
Yeah. So yeah, drop down your top 5 films that you love that you think shouldn't have flopped at the box office. So my first one is going to be a film that came out last year, and that is Furiosa. Shouldn't have flopped. It's on the back of one of the best action movies of all time in Fury Road. It's George Miller, who's one of the most iconic directors, who put his foot ass into this film. It has foot ass. It has Chris Hemsworth in it, who's a movie star. Anya Taylor-Joy, a rising movie star, and it looked amazing. I will say, the trailer for the movie did not do the film justice on how it actually looked. The film has this fairy tale look is going for, and it made the CGI in the trailer look like it was bad. And I remember watching the trailer for it and like, oh, I'm so sick of seeing this trailer because it played a lot. And I was like, this looks terrible. And then I watched it and I absolutely loved the film. So I understand a little bit why some people may have was like, I don't really like the look of it, but the word of mouth should have got people to go see that in the theater. It was such a great movie. Just with all those elements, with so many great actors in the film, George Miller directing a great action movie with a lot of practicality to it. Yeah, he had more CGI in the movie than he normally does, but he's like 80 years old. He can't be doing all that shit all the time anymore. It was a great movie, great prequel to a great action film.
I think I got my.
Now we're not gonna get the third one, which sucks.
I've only seen one time. Actually, that's not true. I've seen this a couple times. But the one franchise, which I'm not saying this franchise was good, that it made it to 3 movies. All it needed was a 4th to finish it, and did not get that 4th movie. Was Maze Runner.
Yeah, and it's weird because I thought those movies were doing good.
Yeah, I thought they were like critically, maybe not critically, but
Like financially good.
right.
Maze Runner movies. The Maze Runner. Yeah, first one got 66 on Rotten Tomatoes, which obviously we already know that's not an indicator totally, but the second one got a 68 from the audience, which is not great.
Yeah.
Oh, he said Maze Runner finished. Really? Was it supposed to
I
get
thought,
a 4th movie?
I thought it had 4. It was supposed to get 4 movies, and only got 3.
I could have swore I heard that and the Divergent series didn't finish.
Maybe it was a Divergent series.
Maybe it was a Divergent series.
Yeah.
I think I got 3 movies, but then it just stopped.
You know what movie I really liked, but people did not like and didn't get a sequel? I Am Number Four. I know a lot of that did not get good ratings, and I don't think anybody saw it. I like that movie, but
I
apparently
hear
nobody.
good things about that all the time.
Yeah.
Like Chronicle, I Am Number Four, Push. These are like films that were based on comic books that people like, but just it was a small amount of people. Yeah, because it has a
Hmm.
32% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 57
Mm,
from audience. So like people were super mixed on it, but I heard it was good.
yeah. Um.
Um,
You did all your five?
no, I just did Furios.
Okay.
Do you want to go back and forth, or do you want to
Yeah. Let's
me
go
just
back and
do all
forth.
mine? Okay, what's your first one?
Uh, for me, number one with a bullet is Dread from 2012. That movie should
Nice.
have had a sequel, and I'm so mad it didn't. This is such a damn movie. It's such a good movie.
I
And
got some good news for you.
what's that?
We're getting a sequel series with
This
Carl
car.
Urban coming back. Yeah, baby. And it's on Prime Video, so you know it's gonna get the money to look right.
Oh my god, that's great news.
Yeah.
What? Let's fuck you. Let's freaking go.
That came out.
Oh, yes! I love that!
That's awesome. That's all. And I don't want to hear it. It's not for anybody but me. They looked at me. They said, "Ken, you've been good for the past 2 years. I just want to drop something into your soul, into your spirit, and it's going to be this Dread sequel series."
Yeah, man.
It's for black people anyway!
I don't know if that's true, but
What? I'm
um,
dead.
but yeah,
But
Dread.
what else about Dread? Why you feel like it shouldn't have flopped?
Oh, generally, it's a good movie. And it's a better representation of what the comic books are actually like, rather than the Sylvester Stallone one, which I will say came out in I think '96. The Sylvester Stallone one came out in when Dread, the '96, '95 version, I can't remember, came out. I didn't know Dread was a comic book because I was 6 years old or 5 years old, one of the two.
95.
95. So yeah, I was 5 years old. I had no idea it was came from the comic book. So when I was growing up watching it, I was just having a good time. It was good. It was the era where I was watching Judge Dredd and Demolition Man and all the Sylvester Stallone movies and non-Sylvester Stallone movies like Face Off and all the other good stuff. So I didn't know until years and years later, maybe like 2016 when I started getting back into comic books, that Judge Dredd was never supposed to take his helmet off. And the first thing Sylvester Stallone does in that movie is take his helmet off.
That's like that damn Halo show where they made Master Chief take all his
Yeah,
clothes off.
that's exactly what it's like. But yeah, Dread was great. It did like it was so cool because it was all in one location. And you just have you seen Dread?
No, I haven't seen it, but I want to watch it. I heard it's fantastic. I know. Why are you surprised?
I don't know, but
Like you don't know me.
I think I'm more surprised because it's in our era.
Okay. Yeah, I feel you.
But yeah, I will watch Dread with you. Like it's that good.
We should do that.
Have you seen Sylvester Stallone's Dread? We should watch those back to back.
That's gonna be insane.
Because
I'm
they're
like,
both fun movies. Well,
they're both
one's
fun?
a
Okay.
good movie. The other one's a fun movie. But I actually like a lot of Stallone's. A lot. Like I like Rico in the Judge Dredd movie.
Yeah, Doll movie says taking off the helmet was Stallone's call. He just had to get his face on camera.
That's a shame. Don't take on the character if you're going to try to change it. That's like when, and I love when Giancarlo Esposito was like, "Yeah, I want to play Professor X, but I want to stand up and walk around." I'm like, "Sir, just
Then you don't want to play Professor
you
X.
don't want to play Professor X." Has Professor
Brock.
X?
Freaking Black Adam.
Oh, I thought you said Brock. I thought you were saying Brock Lesnar. I'm like, what is happening?
No Rock.
Anything Carl Urban is good. I tend to agree.
One of my favorites.
Yeah. Great Call and Dread. Thank you, Dread. Even though it stole the whole Raid movie, I still love it. It's just definitely got inspiration from that for sure. 250. I can see how you would see it that way, but Dread comics were inspiration for Raid actually. Okay, interesting.
Wow.
Um,
Yeah.
that's interesting. I've never read the comics. The comics are good. I've read some actually pretty good ones. Yeah, actually, I have like a whole. There's a lot of like Dread stuff going
Oh,
on
nice.
over here.
I love that you
Dread
had it
makes
right there.
yeah, yeah. All the pause, all the D's is right here. So no, I'm sorry, the J's obviously. All the J's are right here. Um, but this series from IDW of Judge Dredd, this one
Yeah.
actually just showed it to you. This one is really good. Like it's not like the
IDW
original
is
Dredd
underrated.
comics, but it's actually really freaking fun. What'd you say?
IDW is underrated publisher.
Absolutely. They brought back all my favorite cartoons and turned them into comics. It's awesome.
Yeah. And gave it a more
Um,
fleshed out detail.
Granted, Ninja Turtles started as a comic, TV show, movie, back to
Yeah.
comic, and
But even
all
like Power Rangers, you know, that comic is
their
amazing.
Power Rangers comics are great too. These are
They're
all,
gonna do a movie again. They gotta base it off the comics.
oh yeah, for sure. There's so much depth in these comics that aren't in the show.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm done showing off. They made it more accurate because the original Dread was more about the cop propaganda.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Taking the helmet. Yep, read that one. Oh, there's a ton of stuff here. Why don't you give us your number two?
Number two. Okay, my
Mhm.
number two is The Iron Giant, one of the greatest
That's my
animated
number two.
films. Nice. So let's just talk.
Yeah.
One of the greatest animated films of all time. Is one of the best animated studios,
Mhm.
and it had like a Superman reference throughout. So like I felt like that
Superman.
should have like drawn people into
Yeah.
it with the inspiration. The animation is gorgeous. And
Mhm.
it's just a great movie that is a feel good movie, even though it's sad.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's just weird that it flopped. I know it didn't have the shifting animation that Disney was doing at the time, and it's not. I don't think it's a Disney movie, but
No, it's not.
I think it should have did way better than it did. Like it got the critical acclaim because it got nominated for best animated feature, but it should have made money too. So we'd have got more.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a really big fan of the let's say the thing. I'm a really big fan, which is funny that you mentioned that. I'm a really big fan of the Iron Giant. I like when the bomb is coming down, and he's telling Hogarth is telling the Iron Giant the bomb, we're all gonna die, and the giant flies off. Don't make me
Yeah.
cry in this stream. But yeah, it's good.
It's the wild
Uh,
robot before the wild robot.
yes, very much so. Do you like? Do you like to see a live action Humpty Dumpty on the Wall movie? They would have to tell me a good story, or they could do it the
Yeah.
horror way, and I would really be interested in them doing a horror version.
Yeah, if they can do a movie where it's like the myth is that Humpty Dumpty was an egg, but it actually was a person, I think that would be a cool like flip on that.
Yeah, he turns other people's heads into eggs and pushes them off things. Um,
Mm.
I'm sick individual. Who's your favorite action movie villain? I'm going to say this and then probably change it 20 times between now and then, but I got to go Castor Troy in Face Off. He's one of the best ever. Also, Simon Phoenix in Demolition Man. Like, I'm going to end up rattling off like 1,000, but yeah, there's a lot of good ones. More than likely, they came from the 90s. So,
Because the '90s villains were wild as shit. I'm trying to think. That's not something that I have like right off the top of my head, unfortunately.
mhm.
Trying to think of like my favorite action movie villains. I guess comic book movies count, and I'm just gonna go really
Yeah, for sure.
cheap. Oh, actually, Davy Jones from Pirates of the Caribbean
That's a good one.
franchise,
Yeah.
because that VFX was absolutely insane, but they didn't lean on it. He still gave a great performance, and the villain was just really good.
Yeah. I know in Angels and Demons they were not allowed to film in the Vatican, and then for Da Vinci Code they were not allowed to film this one in church because the church wouldn't allow them to. Makes sense to me. It makes sense that they would do that. Are you talking about Sylvester Stallone Dread, Carl Urban Dread? I'm talking about Carl Urban's Dread, but I like them both. Hey, ew, I don't even know what I said. I probably said something crazy. Carl Urban Dread. I believe it. Yep.
He was talking to him.
But I tend to definitely agree. It's hype getting a series. I'm excited. Not a Power Rangers fan, but I like the 2017 movie. Funny you should mention that. All right, let's get to number 3. So I'll start.
Yeah.
The Thing, 1982. Delon Movies mentioned this. I didn't know it flopped until I googled good movies that flopped. This is my favorite horror film. So to find out that it flopped, which horror movies tend to do that, so I'm not really surprised. But like, this is such a good movie that it had no business flopping. It's got and it's got him, and it's got all types of people. My brain just froze. I can literally see the
people
faces in my head.
I'll do the Google.
His name on Threads is Silverthroat, which I am not.
That is
a fan of.
Wild. Kurt Russell.
Kurt
David.
Russell. Keith David's name on Threads is Silverthroat, and I'm like, sir, I understand what you're talking about in terms of your voice and your voice work, but we got to do something. Your kids, your grandkids, we got to do something.
Somebody got to tell you something.
Because I'm not adding Silverthroat ever.
If I go on Threads and this activities from friends says Kenny Sparks followed Silverthroat, I'm unfollowing you. It's clearly you on some shit.
Awesome. Other stuff. Yeah, so my number 3 is The Thing, 1982. Great movie. It's the answer I comment on all of Zach's questions in his videos. But yeah.
And also with it like being so influential, like you would think that film that influential on horror films and those type of horror films would have made money.
Yeah, one would think. You know what's funny? I was actually thinking about this. Part of me almost said I was glad that it flopped because does not need a sequel. If there was a sequel, fine, but this movie is perfect the way that it is. I don't need to know what happens after this. I could just imagine it. Remember those days when there's always been sequels, so I'll say anything. Cast of Troy is a good pick. Yep. Cast of Troy was incredible. Appreciate it. I don't know why.
Dark Room.
Hey, what's up, Dark Room? I have Hans Gruber as next. That's a good one from oh my god, don't say
Die Hard.
Die Hard. Also Simon from Die Hard with a Vengeance. Another great 90s villain. Actually, Hans Gruber is an 80s villain because that came out in 89, but yeah, he's kind of grandfathered in. Tennis Reaper. Okay, people saying hi to each other. The Thing is my favorite horror film of all time. Same. Stop stealing my comments, sir. I'm no longer a Sylvester Stallone fan. The only movies I will watch with him is the Expendables and Rocky movies. I mean, that's half the bag right there. Ever since I found out he supports Trump, I get that. Cool name, useful skills. Sorry, I was wrong about The Exorcist, by the way. It's all good, man. We all good. I say wrong things all the time. Just like people want original movies but will not support them. Hey, what's your number 3?
That's a deep conversation. Speaking of original movies that do well, this is an original movie based off Kenny Sparks. Well, actually, no, because there was a movie like this before. Never mind. Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. I was trying to do a cool transition, but it didn't work because it's not. We
can both talk about this because that's my number 5.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I love this movie. It was so good. It looked great. I like the story. The cast had great chemistry, and the action was really, really solid. I know that Chris Pine is not a movie star in terms of like box office draw for
Right.
like big movies,
Mm-hmm.
especially if it's not a big name. Like Star Trek did well, but it's Star Trek. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if the movie's terrible, then maybe. But even if the movie's like mid, it's gonna make money.
Mm-hmm.
But this was so good, and I wanted a sequel. I
Fun
wanted more of
movie.
these characters. I felt like the second movie would have been a better because they would have figured out what worked and like leaned on those things.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name? What's the light skinned black guy that always complaining in all movies, always mopey?
Justice Smith.
He was tolerable in this movie in a really really great way, and they found a role that worked for his acting type. Sophia Lillis is an actress that I
Yeah.
enjoy. She was great in this. It was just a really great cast, a really fun movie that definitely shouldn't have flopped.
I
Even to the
agree.
point where the studio was like, "We're gonna try to do this again, just cut the budget down," which I'm a little like, because that sounds like we're gonna lose actors and lose VFX or lose the bigness of
How
it.
big was that budget in the first place? Because that movie didn't look like it was expensive.
I guess it was, but yeah, I really really like this movie. But yeah, talk about it while I look up the budget.
Um, Ditto to everything you said. Even I still didn't care for the Justice Smith character in this movie. I understood his place in the film. I just don't like Justice Smith. Not as a person, I don't know that nigga. Just as a performer, like he what he brings is depression. What do I bring to the table? Depressing performances, and that's appropriate in some instances. But dog, nothing he's ever done makes me want to be a better person. Not that he has to. Like that's not his responsibility. All I'm saying is I don't enjoy his performances. That being said, the rest of the cast was incredible. I really enjoyed this movie. The adventure aspects, especially like the scene where they're running from the dragon. They're trying to solve the puzzle so they can pick up the MacGuffin out of the temple underground.
Yeah,
That was really cool. The final battle sequence was much better than I was anticipating. It was really
yeah,
so. Yeah, I really like that movie.
yeah. I really like that movie. The budget was 150 million, so
Oh,
it was pretty high,
oh,
and
yeah,
they
that's
only
not
made
cheap.
208 million.
Oh, ooh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, I did tomorrow.
yeah, that's a really good one. Yeah. Oh, my bad. I skipped over this. Zach, are you a Knicks fan?
Yeah, Knicks and Rockets. Those are my teams.
Nice. Even the Thing prequel that came out recently was also good and added to the lore of the original without ruining the original. Like, I haven't seen any other Thing movies actually.
Yeah, I haven't even seen
Uh,
the original thing.
what's happening? That
Um,
one I'm not surprised, but my heart is still hurt. The thing
no, I'm not
was,
talking
it
about
was.
the one that you like. I'm talking about the one before that.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I've seen the regular thing.
Gotcha. The thing was overshadowed and victimized by E.T. I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
A much more family friendly alien movie and actually got bad reviews when it came out. That's interesting.
Mm.
Yep, this is tomorrow. D&D was in my top 5 that year. You guys have a good night. Good night, collector. I'm going to do my dishes. Awesome. Um, speaking of Justice Smith, what do you think of him as an actor?
You already answered
I
that.
already told you. No
I guess
bueno.
I'll say my part. I think he's limited in what he can do. If he's utilized correctly, he's solid. But like he has no. He's always the same person with a different job. Anxiety ridden. No confidence.
I guess we can get some ice cream if you want. I mean,
All the time, just
um,
jittery. He pauses a lot. Like it just doesn't work in a lot of stuff. But
I
yeah.
sold my art and my yarn. I paid a lot of money for that yarn, and now I'm not going to get it back.
I know what you're referencing, which is so funny. That terrible ass movie.
Yeah. The only movie I've actually liked him in is Detective Pikachu, which I actually really
Yeah.
like that movie. Yeah. I agree with you too. That should actually move me to tears towards the end of it. Gotcha. Did we get? Oh, so my number 4. I would just go. My number 4 is you did number 3, right? Your number 3.
Yeah, that was Dungeons and
Okay.
Dragons. Yeah.
My number 4 is another movie that Dell mentioned earlier, which was Power Rangers from 2017. That movie was a lot of fun. There's one
see that.
specific thing I don't like about two, actually. I don't like about that movie, but I really had that cast is so much fun to watch. They gave so much depth to these characters. Like they made everything count. Even like they even had Bryan Cranston in there at the height of his powers. Somebody else has height of their powers. I don't know why I said that, but like it was really, really a good film. The only thing I don't like about that movie is I'm a traditionalist when it comes to Power Rangers. I need to see the Zord come together. All right, you take the 5, you make them one. Right?
Yeah,
and I mean, you just
didn't do
showing
that?
up as a Zord. I don't get
that's
no
crazy.
excitement out of that.
That's
What do I
crazy.
get out of that? I need to see the Triceratops. You know what I'm
build
saying?
up the
Saber-tooth tiger. You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about? Mastodon. You know what I mean? I can go through a T-Rex. Tyrannosaurus Rex. My bad. Whatever the hell. What's her name? Crane. Whatever the hell the penguin is.
Great.
She was something. Anyway, I forget what she was. But anyway, yeah, I just need to see my my Zords come together. That's like watching a Voltron show and it doesn't combine. It's like it just shows up every time. It's like, what are we doing here?
What's going on?
Also, Goldar was a glob of gold. I was kind of like,
Yeah.
but
That's like
the rest of the movie I
Galactus
really
as a
enjoyed.
cloud
Yeah,
kind of situation.
Yeah, exactly. Elizabeth, was it Elizabeth Olsen? No,
Elizabeth Banks
Elizabeth
was
Banks
Rita.
was great as Rita in that movie. So yeah,
She's
I really
usually
enjoyed
great
it.
in everything she's in.
Yeah.
She's underrated when it comes to that.
All right, so you're number 4.
My number 4 is a movie that came out recently, and that's Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1.
That's a really good movie.
One of the best action movies I've ever seen.
Yep.
There's some stunts in there that's absolutely insane. That train sequence.
Oh my god, that train sequence is
amazing.
incredible.
The chase with the yellow taxi in the tank. That whole sequence was amazing.
Yeah.
The characters, the plot was a little convoluted. I could definitely say that. And the name and the way they stressed the name of the AI was kind of cheesy. What was it called? The essence or the presence?
I don't
or some
remember.
shit?
I am going to rewatch it before I watch 8.
Final Reckoning, yeah.
Final Reckoning.
And I was just like, but it's just so, because I'm like, for the most part, I do pay attention to the Mission Impossible when it comes to plot, because especially after the third one, because of the third one, it gets more focused on the character development and what the plot's actually about. But at the end of the day, I'm really there for the action sequences, because you're not going to see action sequences like that anywhere else. And this is some of the best of the franchise. 4, 5, and this have the best action sequences of the franchise so far.
No doubt about it.
And like, it's just, I can't believe people. I
you
get
skip
it. It was
6?
sandwiched, huh?
You skipped 6?
Yeah, I think 6 is great, but I think 4, 5, and this one has the best action sequences. I'm not saying
Really?
it's better. Isn't 5 Fallout?
I have no idea. By name, I don't know. I think 6 is the one with Henry Cavill.
Oh, okay, never mind. So it's 6 then. Hold on,
Yeah.
Mission.
No. 6 is
Impossible.
not the one with Henry Cavill. Or is it?
6
All right, we have the internet,
is
so
yeah, you're right. 6 is Fallout. So so it's not 5. It's 6.
Okay. Yeah, the one I don't like
5 is Rogue
the
Nation.
villain at the end. That was kind of like whatever.
Yeah, Rogue Nation is good too. That actually has one of the better stories of the franchise. But the action in 4, 6, and 7 is amazing. No one's coming close in any other franchise. So the fact that nobody went to go see this on the big screen and enjoy it, I get it. Indiana Jones came out 2 weeks before, and then kind of, you know how I talk about franchise momentum or like movie momentum. You go watch a movie, people don't like it, you tend not to want to go to another movie the next week. And then Barbenheimer was the week after. It was in a bad situation, and then that was also around when Elemental was picking up, because Elemental started off bad and then ended up doing good, and people were probably watching that and Indiana Jones and then saying, I'm going to save my money for Barbenheimer. And Talk to Me also came out around that time, so it was It was a lot for Mission Impossible, but it did not deserve the flop. It was such a great movie.
Yeah, it's a really good movie. Yeah, and that completes my list. Number 5 was Dungeons and Dragons.
So I guess maybe say my number 5 real quick. That's Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Yeah, I saw that on the list of them. Yep.
Yeah, just a movie that should not flop. It's so fun. It's so funny. It launched a bunch of people's careers. You think about Aubrey Plaza, Michael Cera, Chris Evans, what's Captain Marvel? Brie Larson. The girl from Juno in that? I believe so, right? Or now guy. So yeah, you know what I mean. All these Elliot something. Page, yes. All these people are in this movie. It's really, really fun. The action is unique. The storyline is unique. It's just a great time. And I'm surprised. I know Michael Cera isn't a star, and like I said, it launched a lot of people's careers. So people were like, "Who are these people? Why am I watching this?" But it's such a good movie that I think everyone should go check that out in theaters.
Who are these people is funny, but I have to tell you,
not a fan.
Who are these niggas?
I do not.
Huh?
I know it's a hot take because I know a lot of people love that movie. I read the manga or comics because it was considered. I would consider it. It is in the form of a manga. Actually, not because it actually reads rough and right. It reads rough and right. I don't know.
I'm trying to figure out which direction.
Yeah, but I read all of it literally in like a couple weeks, and then watched the movie right after I finished the last book. And I was like, "This is boring in comparison to what I just read." And but I know a lot of people love it, so I'm not here to trash it. It's just like it's not. It's one of those ones where I'm just like, I don't like this movie, and everybody else does. So, but yeah, so that's my list. That's your list. I think we had some really good stuff on here. Let's get through these L comments and let's call it a L night.
Yeah, man.
LA night, if you will, or Louisiana.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I went way too high.
Yeah, it's right here.
Where you at?
This is the next one.
Got it. I agree completely. That's why I like Justice Smith. And I watched the TV Glow. He brought the right amount of depression to that shit. Let me tell you something.
Oh God.
There's not a lot of movies that I hate. I saw the TV Glow. I wanted to physically assault the movie. That movie,
Carbaggio.
I don't care what it was an allegory for, and I appreciate that, and I'm all for it. We're all good to hear with that. That movie pissed me off because the entire film, I'm just watching this dude. I don't know. You have the tapes. You have the tapes. A couple years ago, she disappeared, and now she's back, and now she has the tapes. I don't know. And then the ending, when they're in the arcade with the thing, and it's like, oh, it's a weird thing is after me. And I think I wanted to fight that movie because it just anyway. So,
it's just one of those movies where like everyone, all the cinephiles are dragging their balls on it and sucking its tip, and I'm just like,
you are.
Everyone was praising this movie like it was one of the best movies of the year, and I was like, I gotta watch it. I'm a movie reviewer. I'm a baby cinephile. I don't want to miss this movie and say I didn't. There's another big movie that I never saw, a culture changing movie, and I got like a third in, and I was like, this is so boring and so like I don't want to say incoherent, but it felt incoherent to me, and I was like, something's gonna happen. It's gonna click, and it just never clicked. I was just so, and you know how bad it is. It's like I like what the fuck is that weird ass movie about the kids in the dark? Skinamarink, right? That's probably one of the most boring movies I ever watched, but I liked it. So it's not a problem with like boring. You have to like lick something in me or like make me invested in it intellectually or emotionally, and it didn't do any of that. I didn't care about the nostalgic part. I didn't care about the characters. I didn't care about the allegory because I didn't even realize it was an allegory. I didn't notice. I didn't get the themes. I didn't see it at all. And maybe I'm dumb, but I don't think I am. I just think that movie is garbaggio.
I concur. D&D is a board game too. Absolutely. Fall Guy didn't deserve to flop. I 100% agree with that. That's a really good movie.
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite scene in the comedy movie where they go to a fancy restaurant and are not used to being there. That's a
Very specific.
very specific.
Trying to think of a comedy scene.
I don't know. All right.
In a restaurant.
I'm probably going to get us demonetized, but that's fine.
What?
I'm going to play this scene from a movie.
I'm trying to think. Oh, Duck for Dinner and A Christmas Story. That's probably mine.
What's that man's name? Craig David, is it? Craig?
Yeah. Talking about the black guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a black actor named Craig David.
All right. Sorry, y'all. I'm looking it up. But it's too funny for me to not. And it's short, too. So we're not going to be here. I'm not going to be before you long.
Do we know for sure Smith has no range or he's just been typecast?
I mean, you guys show me.
You gotta show me. If he keeps doing the same roles over and over and over and over, I'm gonna just assume you don't have range. Justice Smith is the black Michael Cera to me. I can see that. But at least Michael Cera is funny. Justice Smith is not. Did not care for the magical new movie Justice Smith was in. I did not either. Did not like that movie at all.
Craig Robinson.
You guys just don't get yarn art.
That's funny.
That is hilarious. I love how that really didn't have nothing to do with the
Zero.
Nothing about like he needs to untangle his life. Nothing. He just was selling yarn because it was the thing to do.
Just out here, just selling yarn.
Yeah. Me and Ace did a video on our love for Power Rangers 2017. Share that in the chat. I want to watch that.
There it is.
Love that movie.
I found it.
Elizabeth Banks was perfect as Rita. Mission Impossible 7 shouldn't have flopped. Just rewatch all of them for the new one coming out, and most of them hold up. 3 is still one of my favorites, though. 3, I like. A lot of people don't like that one. I think for me, the first Mission Impossible is my least favorite, and then 3 is my second least favorite. But yeah, it's not bad. People say like the third one's bad, and I don't think so. Or is it the second one? No, is the second one the John Woo one? Mission Impossible. I spelled mission wrong. That's crazy. The internet has made me dumb. 2. Which one's 2? Oh, 2 is the John Woo one. I don't think that one's that bad. That's my second least favorite, but I don't think it's bad. They said the Entity a million times. Yes, the Entity. Oh my god, the Entity. And they had this weird generic voice. It was so bad. Shh, it could be listening. Yeah, we are on the internet.
All right, let me share this real quick.
You found it?
I think so.
Don't get me banned now.
Maybe. You should be able to hear this.
Between jobs, so I decided I'm gonna be a rapper.
What do you do for a living?
Well, right now I'm between jobs, so I decided I'm gonna be a rapper.
A rapper.
Yeah,
That's something.
straight up. Check it out. Look,
Straight up.
I'm gonna spit you something off the dome. Just right here, cause we alone. Julia. You know I never make a fool of ya. You and me is like we out of space. I wanna wrap them legs around my waist and in my face. You feel me?
Oof.
Man, I be feeling that. It's like I just
I'm sorry. How old are you?
40, shawty.
40.
Yeah.
You don't think that's too old to start a rap career?
Why do I keep saying that? I mean,
I don't know. I found it.
That was rough.
Yeah, that was wild.
In a good way. In a good way. I
Yeah.
was like,
Anyway.
cringy scenes like that are so hilarious. It's like, dude,
Yeah.
what are you doing? You were Gabrielle Union.
Gabrielle Union. Let me see. So
The plot of that movie is so damn confusing, but I love every second of it.
which movie?
Dead Reckoning.
Yeah, yo. So Dead Reckoning, like, was that the first movie where like the villain was not the first movie in history? Like Mission Impossible was like the first movie where the villain was not human. Actually, two crazy things. Dead Reckoning. The villain was AI,
Yeah.
and the MacGuffin was a thing that nobody knew what it did. It's like, what does it do? We have no idea. We just know.
We
that
just
they
know it's
don't-
going to do something.
Right. It's going to do something around here. But I still had a great time with it.
Calling Dead Reckoning flop feels flimsy Hollywood accounting. It almost made 600 mil. I don't always buy the 2 times budget for advertising. You should, because the movie did bad enough where they're like, we're ending these movies. Like Final Reckoning is called Final Reckoning. They changed the title. It was supposed to be Dead Reckoning Part 2. They were like, yeah, I ain't getting no more movies. Call this shit Final Reckoning.
Correct.
Like,
This is the last one, you reckon?
yeah. Dead Reckoning Part 1's budget was $291 million, dude. And that's just production budget. It flopped. I'm sorry. That's insane. Y'all want to talk about Marvel movies being 180? This shit was almost $300 million and didn't even make $600 million. Yeah.
That is
I love
insane.
that movie. That's insane.
Yeah, they took out Oppenheimer because
Yeah.
IMAX because of Oppenheimer. Which to me is like, did y'all not know Oppenheimer was coming?
I don't know if they thought. I think Tom Cruise got too cocky and thought his movie could beat Barbie and Oppenheimer.
Well,
Nah.
I really want Scott Pilgrim. Yes, haters.
Well, I don't know if he agreed with you or me.
I mean, he agrees with me. Trust me.
Oh my god.
I don't know that, but yeah. Scott Pilgrim got a revival with the Netflix. I need to watch that. I actually want to
Based
watch
straight
it.
off the book, so you might like it more.
Yeah. Chris Evans was great in that.
Yeah.
Nice. Really good movie and kind of unique for a video game movie. True. Kenny is fading. Am I fading?
I think your mic was fading out a little bit.
Oh. You know,
I think anytime your voice gets high pitched,
I'm sorry.
anytime your voice gets high pitched, it kind of just fades out.
That's whack.
I don't know why.
That sounds like a protection mechanism. Scott Pilgrim is fantastic, but Elliot Page is in it.
If he is in it or not in it.
Okay.
I was like maybe
Oh,
he's not
so
in
Elliot
it.
Page is not in it.
Okay, yeah, okay. I was like, I think I'm mixing it up. Yeah, he wasn't in it.
Kenny is fading because he's giving the wrong take right now. How dare? How dare?
First of all, Useless Skill, thank you for joining the live stream. I don't know how long you've been subscribed to one of us, but you've been a welcome addition to our live stream.
100%. You've been great all night.
I get hate for I watched the TV Glow. It's not for everyone, but the ending also betrayed the entire message of the movie. I think Justice was perfectly cast in it because he's that character. I agree. I can agree with that. He is that character.
Boy. Dumb and Dumber when they get to the banquet in the tuxedos. Yes, 100%. Blue and orange tuxedo suits. Yep. Craig David, the singer. Yeah, I was totally off. I meant Craig Robinson.
Uh,
Oh, T. That is pretty spot on. Yes, MIT.
welcome to the live stream, Sully.
Hey, welcome to the live, silly. I don't know what I did right there. MI2 is the only one I don't actually like. Funny thing is, I like MI2, despite the fact that it's not great. It's not nearly as good as any of the other movies. It's probably the worst movie in the. It is the worst movie in the franchise. But he was still doing Mission Impossible stuff. The motorcycle fight one. Yeah, that motorcycle fight was
Insane. I still like it more than MI1. But
really okay.
I think the plot for MI1 was more confusing than 7.
So the funny thing about the first 3 Mission Impossible movies is that they feel like 3 completely different franchises, 3 completely different universes
With the same actor.
with the same actor. I'm like, is this? It felt. I always describe it as like it's the multiverse, and we're getting 3 different Ethan Hunts because none of them feel like the same person either. Like they're like all of it is different. And the third one is the one where they actually stuck to something and they moved on. Which the third one was really good. I really enjoyed the third.
Third one was where things started clicking, and then the fourth one was where it took off.
Philip Seymour Hoffman was in there. R.I.P. He was great as that villain.
Yeah.
Yes, it's the John Woo one. That's my least favorite one, but it's so fun. I feel like John Woo had a crazy fall off after being good for a while.
A lot of directors do.
Yes, Tyler Perry showcasing black men as always. Interesting. Yep. Craig Ferguson and Zach and Miri make
good.
A corno. Made me. I don't know what we can say on here anymore. Made me laugh in the hardest I've ever laughed. I have never seen that movie.
That movie's really good. That's a Seth Rogen film. It's hilarious.
Don't like Daddy's Little Girls, but that scene was hilarious. I've never actually seen the movie. I've only seen that scene. I heard Final Reckoning is even more confusing. Hey man, let's go.
That's what I heard too.
Give us the MacGuffin. Give us the MacGuffin that doesn't do anything. It's like it unlocks a box that unlocks another box. You got to find the next MacGuffin in the unannounced.
It really is a MacGuffin to a MacGuffin.
Yo,
it's because the AI is a MacGuffin,
movie.
and then the key is a MacGuffin, and the key opens another MacGuffin.
Right, which was under the ocean. What?
That opening scene was great, though.
It was.
The underwater? Yeah.
Yeah, but it was literally like, we don't know what this thing does. It's like, okay.
We just know that it's bad.
Right. TJ thinks Final Reckoning will flop. I wouldn't. It depends on how much money it costs, but I also would not be surprised.
Google it right now. Final Reckoning.
Call it a night. Great stream, gentlemen, and see everyone later. Yeah, we're about to call it a night too.
Yeah.
Probably at like 10:50.
What are you talking about? No, this movie did not cost $400 million.
That movie cost $400 million.
That's what Google is telling me.
No, what? No way. No. I gotta confirm this for myself. Put the.
It's the Mission Impossible 8 box office replay needs to set a new franchise. It has to set a new franchise record just to break even. This is insane.
I have a hard time believing.
No wonder they're not doing any promotion for this film. They don't have any money.
He probably, hey, can we get some trailers? Producer's like, I wish I might, sir. I wish you better go on the street. You better go door to door.
Yeah, you better do that shit yourself because that shit is crazy.
$400 million?
It has to make $1 billion to break even.
Part one costs $291 million. This costs $400 million. They said, "Listen here, Thomas, we not doing this no more.
This is it.
Yeah, this is it.
You made us a lot of money, but this is it."
That movie better be the beesest of Neeses. Like that movie better be incredible. It better be Avengers Endgame, where all of his past villains from every movie comes back to life and gets resurrected. And that's what the MacGuffin does. That's what the MacGuffin does. It resurrects all of your past villains.
The entity just brings people back to life.
It has to, because otherwise
it better have zombies.
Right.
You know what? Thanos better show up. How about that?
He better. You better get villains from other universes in there. And Sauron better show up at the end of the movie.
Sauron's not even in Lord of the Rings. He show up in Mission Impossible.
That's $400 million?
It's just insane.
Is this nigga crazy? Are you crazy? I'm sorry.
Crazy.
I'm calling it a night. You have a great stream as well, man. No, I'm sorry. You have a great night as well, man. Now you're yawning and looking like you were going, oh, no, it was good. I was just, Oppenheimer is not the type of movie that makes that kind of money. It did. The Barbenheimer phenomenon helped it tremendously. 1,000%. Go Knicks. Smoke Boston. They will.
Wait, are they playing right now?
I don't know, but I know Tatum's out for the rest of the season.
Yeah, he's done. He had surgery.
Wilkie's Movies and Music. Hey, man. Welcome to the stream. Happy to have you. Buy it. It's true. Yeah, that's crazy. Good night, y'all. Go Knicks. Yeah, we about to head out too. For event movies, it's usually 2.5 needed back. International takes up 40% and domestic usually 70% split. 40-70. Marketing campaigns are at least 160 for event movies. Definitely buy it. Yeah. It's true. Don't buy into flimsy Hollywood accounting conspiracies. They aren't true. Most movies you can name have flopped. Yeah. Just facts is just right. Said just facts, ma'am. I'm here for it though. Yeah. Just like when Movie Pass came out and it was $10 a month and they're letting me see 3 movies a week. And I'm like, that makes zero business sense because the ticket costs $15 to $20. So the first time I swipe this card, I've already gone past what you have collected for me. So this makes zero sense. But I'm gonna keep swiping this, and when your business goes out of business, it's not my fault. And that's what this feels like. Hey, I'm gonna go see this good movie. And you guys figure it out.
What happens, because that's y'all and y'all.
Would you rather be directed by Denis Villeneuve or Greta Gerwig? I'm going to say Greta Gerwig, and here's the reason why. I don't want to be in the desert at any point.
That's not the only type of movies he made.
I know. But his movies seem to be, hey, let's find the worst conditions we can be in. and let's go there.
Yeah,
so
that's
Greta
true.
Gerwig, Little Women. I'm like, yo, put me in a top hat and a nice fitted suit. I'm gonna be chilling. Barbie.
Greta Gerwig
I'll go into
seems more
Barbie
fun.
Land Beach. Sounds fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah. She just seems more fun. Like I watched a couple of movies. She's just making more fun movies.
Yeah.
Denise doing like Blade Runner 2049. That's an apocalyptic movie.
Yeah.
Dude, prisoners, kids getting kidnapped.
Dark.
Sicario, people getting kidnapped and killed and raped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like a lot. I'm gonna chill on the Barbie beach, in some shorts, in a swim set.
I'll do the dance.
Shorts. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'll do the dance. Hang out with Simu Lou and the rest of the folks. That's a great question, by the way. Thanks for the fun, guys. I'm going to start going back to reviewing films. I've been in a rut recently, but you guys have revived me. Hey, we love to hear that.
Yeah,
I definitely want to try to make the next live session. Yo, much appreciated. Yo, if you have Instagram,
Yeah.
hit me up at Kenny Sparks 90. Hit me in the DMs if you will. Yeah, because I'm not really on X as like a person who communicates with people. But yeah, just hit me up there and we'll chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome, man. But yeah, it was great having you. Great having you. I thought they filmed both movies concurrently. That's what I felt too.
They were, and then they had to change stuff because of what happened with Dead Reckoning Part
Oh,
One.
the strike, right?
Yeah.
Was it a strike? Yeah.
The reason why Dead Reckoning is so expensive is because one, someone died on set doing
I
a
didn't
stunt,
hear about that.
and then the pandemic pushed it, and then when they did this one, the strikes.
Damn, this movie was cursed.
Yeah.
Knicks and Rockets was one of the best NBA finals.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Paramount is done with time after this. It's for real. Yeah, but what will the go broke crowd say when it flops? Yep.
Yo, look, if there's even look, you know what they're gonna say? Well, he shouldn't have brought back Angela Bassett.
Oh my god.
They're gonna have thumbnails with her crying on the cover, blaming her
That's
for bringing the
hilarious.
movie down and feminism and a bunch of nonsense.
Hmm. Do you have a favorite Asian? I don't know why I thought you said, do you have a favorite Satan film? I'm like, I don't. I can tell you that much.
Where are you going?
Do you have a favorite Asian action flick? Come on, I gotta be true to new and final nickname.
Ooh,
Asian action flick.
I'm trying to think. I feel
So
like
there's a few because I'm not always sure like what movies are, even though they do star Asian actors, are
yeah.
like Asian movies and which ones are American movies. Because Rumble in the Bronx is like up there for me. I know another Asian action, for sure, Asian action flick is Legend of the Drunken Master, the one that came out in I think 2001, 2002, or 2000, one of those. That's
Yeah.
one I grew up watching and running back to VHS on. T in the John said The Raid and The Killer. I'm definitely with him on The Raid. I have not seen The Killer. But for me, as a human being,
Yeah.
I saw this movie like during the pandemic because I was doing a marathon of movies I'd never seen before, and I watched this movie called Lady Snowblood. It is one of the best movies I've ever seen, and it is literally Kill Bill is literally line by line. You copy my whole effing flow, like literally.
The whole plot is the same?
It's essentially the same movie.
Oh, wow.
And it came out in 72, I think, 1972.
So Tarantino was like,
Yo, when I tell you, it's basically the same movie. Prince will probably confirm this in the chat. If you can, Prince, do your thing, homie.
I think for me, unfortunately, I don't think I've seen a lot of like classic action Asian movies. I've seen a couple more recently on Netflix. They have some really good ones. The Strays Dogs, check that out on Netflix because that movie is crazy. But I guess one I would say is like Train to Busan.
Nice.
That I love that movie so much. It's action,
Nice.
it's zombie, it fits all the check marks for me.
Also, Prince, I'll be right back.
Yeah. Let me see what the next person says. You guys excited at all for Spider-Man Noir? Bruh.
Hell
Those those photos and the trailer look it looks exactly the way it's supposed to look. I'm super excited for this. It looks so good. He said, they finna have an emergency clan meeting on Discord. I'm weak. Yo, these clan meeting jokes is hilarious. But you're right. They're gonna have to figure. They're gonna be real quiet because when they were talking about like Agatha, and then Agatha ended up being actually good, and it did well. It was one of the only Disney Plus MCU shows to chart on Nielsen. They were quiet. about Agatha. Wait, what are you bringing over here?
So I told my friend that I was a really big fan of Lady Snowblood, and for Christmas, he got me this gigantic Lady Snowblood.
Wow.
It's huge. It's so huge, I can't put it anywhere. Like it can't go on any of the walls that I have.
That's
So, yeah.
amazing.
That armbar is just going to be in the way, isn't it? There we go.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Yep, right there.
Yeah. Lady Snowblood. It's freaking
That's so
dope.
cool.
It's awesome. So yes, like literally, like when I say it's huge,
It's huge.
almost the fan is on. I almost hit the fan with this thing.
Y'all hear about the break stuff?
Yeah. So guys, it's on Max actually. It's on HBO Max.
Yeah, I gotta check that out. It Man for me, but the Raid is up there. Prince was saying, yeah, it's 1973, Kenny. Useless skills to add you, but by the way, my guy, and I agree with you. We should all stay off Elon's Twitter. I feel you on that. And you also can add me to Zack Attack RVS on most social medias as well. And Princess Shadow Strays, yo, that movie was crazy.
That came out last year, right?
Yeah,
I haven't checked that out. I need to.
yeah, that. And there's a movie called Ballerina. That's a Korean action film on Netflix as well. I think it came out the year before that. That's actually pretty good.
Word.
That's why I thought this Ballerina movie that's coming out now, I thought it was a remake. But then I realized it was John Wick. Michael NTD. Also, welcome to the live stream.
Welcome.
Back to that first question. He said, what's a movie that received poorly by both critics and audience, but you yourself saw something good about it? Ooh.
That's a good one. Good one.
Y'all know mine. I talk about this movie all the time. It's Eternals. Poorly received. Wait, actually, I think the critics actually like Eternals. Let me double check that. No, I was wrong. Yeah, so Eternals. Actually, Eternals doesn't have a bad rating for audience. I'm shocked by that. But yeah, Eternals and Batman versus Superman, Dawn of Justice probably are my two movies that I love. That Batman versus Superman. What was the rating for that? Yeah, that got 29% by, and I think the audience gave it 63. That's not great for a superhero movie. So yeah, I'll say Batman vs Superman, Dawn of Justice, and Eternals.
Critics and audiences don't like this movie. I would have to say Batman and Robin from '99 with Mr. Freeze. I love that movie. It is also awful, but I do really enjoy that movie. I thought everything in that movie was good except for Bane. Bane was just unbearably dumb. Like the whole thing with Bane was dumb. But everything
else, like the exact opposite of the character.
Yeah, and it's not even that. It's like that's fine. You can be the opposite of the character, but at least be entertaining. He was just not entertaining at all. But yeah, it was just all the bat puns were great. The ice puns were great. What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age.
I love all the live action. I think you muted yourself. I love all the live action Batman movies. There's not a live action Batman movie that I dislike.
Let me go through my mental Rolodex.
Yes.
I would say that's true for me too, even though I was a person who absolutely despised Batman Begins when I first saw it.
Really?
Hated it. Did not like it at all. It wasn't until later when I rewatched it years later.
You realized what was going on. Yeah.
It's still like, I know this is a grounded version of these characters, but you could really do better than a burlap sack for a scarecrow. This is stupid. Like he was like, yeah, I'm gonna wear a 3-piece suit with a sack over my head, sir. Please.
The Night Comes for Us is a great Asian action flick on Netflix. I heard of that. I need to check that out.
Mhm.
Bruh, sick, Kenny. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Since we're sharing stuff, I got something I want to show you guys, and I got it by mistake. And I might need to return it because it might kill me. So, for my horror fans out here, if
I know
you've
that's
ever
not what I
seen-
think it is. See, look, you summoning stuff. Don't you summon nothing on this? Don't you summon nothing on the stream?
No,
No, see, you playing. I don't see.
So, I was on Temu, and I was ordering stuff, different things, neck massager, and I got 3 free items. And it was like, oh, it was an 8-piece puzzle. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I could get an 8-piece puzzle. It looked pretty cool. And then I started looking at it, and I was like, this looks familiar. And then I went back to Temu, and I looked at the comments, like, oh, I love Hellraiser. And I was like, oh, no. Oh, hell no, I'm logging off and breaking this laptop. I was like, oh, it's solid too. You hear that? Oh, we doing ASMR.
Touching it.
He said, why is he punching it? I'm dipping my wild. Yeah, man. So if you hear that I got brutally murdered, you know what? I'm gonna figure it out.
Nah, you wilding right now. Hellraiser was another one that was coming on right after Saturday morning cartoons. What were they doing?
Have you seen the Hulu one?
No, I haven't. I was just about to ask, has anybody seen it and is it good?
Yeah, it's like the Prey of Hellraiser.
Okay. That's what I thought it was coming out. But yeah, I think T's right on this one. I'm dipping my computer in holyware as we speak. That's hilarious. This man pulled out the Hellraiser puzzle to end the stream, and I think that's a good place to end the stream because he is wilding right now. It's 11 o'clock. So hopefully we hear from Zach tomorrow. But for now, thank y'all so much for coming through to the stream.
Yeah.
Y'all made this an incredibly fun time. We had no subject matter, and y'all still killed it. Y'all made this stream fun. We were just here being silly. So we really appreciate y'all. Bombs over Baghdad, Ninja Turtles out. You know what I mean?
What?
Yeah. Bombs over Baghdad, the Outcast song, not actual Bombs over Baghdad. I have no issue with Baghdad whatsoever. But yeah, man. Yeah, just if I have any parting words, and I'll let Zach give you guys some words of wisdom, even though he doesn't really seem very wise right now with what he's carrying.
Wow, that's crazy.
If there's anything I can say, don't summon nothing, don't conjure nothing, don't raise nothing, don't communicate with nothing around me and in your home. If you don't summon a demon to your house, there's a 95% chance that a demon will be in your house.
Why is it not 100?
Because sometimes they just be in there. You know what I mean? Sometimes, like the movie Presence, you move in and the nigga's already there. You know what I mean?
That's true.
So, it is. Hey, we off the stream. This man is hurting himself on the cube of death. You have any parting words?
Yeah, man. Just know, like, to love film. This is Film Club. I'm really excited to talk about film with you guys for almost 3 hours. A lot of the stuff that we talked about, we're gonna refine it and we're gonna add it to the stream. Especially nights where we don't have nothing big, we'll have community nights like this, and we have a ton of different things that we're coming up with that we're going to develop, and it's going to be exciting. This is episode 11. This is one of the most fun episodes. But if you're not subscribed to each other, make sure you subscribe to each other. If you're not subscribed to us for some reason, make sure you subscribe to us. The 2 big movies coming out this week is Friends, which I'm really excited to check out. I'm going to try to see it Saturday. And I've got tickets for Final Destination Bloodlines for Friday. Super excited for that. Most likely we'll be talking about those films in a spoilerly, way next week.
Yep.
So definitely go check those films out so you can talk to us about it. And then we'll try to add these games and more into it, maybe in smaller chunks so it won't take so long.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Thank you
Also, I
so
think
much.
there's a movie called like "Don't Worry, Darling," Dragging Back to Hell. There's something the movie with the movie with Abel. What's that man's
Oh,
name?
Hurry Up Tomorrow. I
Hurry Up
forgot that's
Tomorrow.
coming out.
I think that also comes out this week. So yeah, check those
Yeah.
movies out, and we will see you guys on the next stream. Peace. Don't summon nothing.